What up? It's me. I'm finishing some lunch. So I might mute and unmute and stuff. But let's take a look at today's bracket. So you have some people. Process checking results. Trying to light so people can see me if they want to. Challenge is gonna have a hissy fit. Boop, boop. Hey, figure it out. Okay. So looks like we have 18 people. Go to participants. Hit the shuffle Reno 3 times. No, make sure no one of the same clan is fighting each other in round 1. We'll get on with this, huh? I like to shuffle on stream, so it's just apparent to everybody what's going on, why it's happening. VMRTK. No one of the same clan. No one of the same clan. So yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good to hit start on this bad boy. Which the start button is now gone. There it is. Welcome back, start button. All right. That's 3 RTK. All 3 RTK are in the top half of the bracket. I don't like that. Oh wait, this shuffled again on me. Hold on. Somebody left? I don't know. Not RTK. Fine, 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 fine. Fine. Fine, fine. But I don't like that all 3 RTK players are on the same side of the bracket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Umai's and switch him with Comer Dinner. What the hell? Why did it switch again? Okay, bracket. What are we doing? What's going on here? VMLS. It's fine. The RTKs are a little more spread out now, except Umai's is fighting Valkanos, so I'll just switch him with Raced. Challenge, what is wrong with you? Stop being dumb. Did you process the change or not? Someone's gone. Valk is gone. Why is Valk gone? We lost Valk. Okay, he must have pulled out. All right, screw that. Anyway, VM versus Zep. RTK not versus RTK. RTK not versus RTK. I don't see any other civil wars going on. So I think now we're good to hit start. Sorry about that. Some people were dropping out after the shuffle, and it was screwing with everything. So I'll just go tell people that we are good to go. And find tournament opponent at here. We are live, go. And I have to fight Golden Floof. The dreaded Floof, that which is golden. Damn, it's a good thing Skaven had all those DLC or I wouldn't have an intro. Fair enough. Fair enough, everybody. It's a shame you and Anticity stream at the same time. Yeah, Anticity popped up a stream out of nowhere. Though it's campaign, so at least it's different. Like content. If you want to cover content, you're covering that. Campaign stuff, go to him. If you're for multiplayer, stay here. Okay. No message. Golden Floof. Looks like we're here first. Hell yeah. Lobby up. Paste, boom. Now I can catch up with chat again. Starkin, don't recognize you. Welcome to the stream. And if you've been here before and I just haven't acknowledged your presence, then I am a shit person and I'm sorry. It's good things given all those DLCs. You've already read that. Danielle, let's go. Hell yeah. Coops, sorry you had to unregister. Something else came up. It happens, Coops. It happens. Someone else will have to win the tournament today then. And Rusty's here saying, hey all. Hey Rusty. How you doing? My pick first, huh? Okay. I have stuff to read later. What map is this? What map are we doing? Gore Gateway, which we are on. All right, coincidence. And I am first pick. Pick one, ban one. Well, Cathay is my favorite. I don't want it to get banned out in game 2. Let's go Cathay. And I'll ban Corn, because recently I've been having troubles fighting Corn. We'll see what he does. I do have to change the names. I'm just trying to power through my lunch. And I want to have a blocker up for my own armies. I like to talk about what I'm taking and why. And if people want to stream snipe me, then fuck them. I'm pretty sure Golden Floof wouldn't do that, but I mean, I don't know, seems like a nice guy. But if you heard me say if he's stream sniping, fuck him, then he's stream sniping, and therefore fuck him, so. Happens. Golden Floof. 0. Also, it's a little bit easier if I get knocked out, then I can just focus on casting, which is fine. But winning's also so fun, so it's a win-win. Kislev. That is a bit of a pickle. This is my save build. I feel like being red today, so we'll go with the red Cathay. What does it have? What doesn't it have? Well, if I remember the Lord's right, I have plenty of infantry clearing with the spells. But I should have Thunderbolt on this guy, which I do. Dragon Breath on her. So I can kind of infinitely clear infantry with those two. Cannons help deal with chariots a little bit. So the Jade Lancer's after the buff. Jade Warriors do okay. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Do these guys have shields? No. Do have 80 armor, though. That seems fine. This is one of those builds where it's like, if he goes heavily wide with infantry, I might be in trouble. Or if he goes like super chariot blob, I might be in trouble. But for me to counter those picks, I'd have to go so far in one direction that I would lose the other. This build is kind of like the center of the road where I have the best chance of beating any build. Kinda, you know what I mean? So we'll see. I'm sorry. Sorry about eating. I have 2 bites left. So, I should most y'all deal with eating. But I came straight from D&D with the RTK lads. Straight into here, so. It was going to be 8 hours with no food unless I took a little bit of a breather. And grabbed something. Teddy, also known as Wee Wee Kaizen. Rusty, you ain't playing? Nah, dude. Rusty's giving other people a chance. Give him a shot. Chest infection? Rusty? Rusty, get better. Is there anything I can do? What can I do to help you? It's almost like we have 10 usable maps. What up, Toolmaster? Matthew Coffin. Hey, Zypher. Hi. Daniel Katina, mix the build with other factions. Did you read my message? I think so. Hi for Poland. I might have skipped you accidentally because Rusty's message was so upsetting that I skipped past you. I'm sorry for Poland. Oh, yeah, Daniel. Yeah. Mix the build with other factions. Yeah. Dude, that bug. The thing about that bug is I am super tempted to run a tournament based on the bug because the bug itself sounds really fun. And for anyone who doesn't know what bug we're talking about, if you ready up and your opponent hasn't readied, you can load a different faction's army into your army and then unready and replace some units. So let's say while I'm sitting on Cathay, I load up a Tzeentch build I have saved. All the Tzeentch units will appear on my screen from that build, and then I can take out blue horrors and put in peasant long spearmen or something. That kind of sounds like a fun tournament of just like hybrid factions. So it's like, it's a 1v1, one player versus one player, but it's two factions versus two factions. I don't know, that just sounds tight. I might do it. I've been busy recently though. Anyway, I digress. Play box, that'll make you feel better. Got him. Who am I fighting? Kislev with 900 troops. Okay, that could be cavalry, but keep the cannon separate. So if the chariot blob exists, he can't just stop one cannon and stop them both. This one can turn and fire at the other cannon. Where's the edges of the map? Fine. I'll try to play a little more centralized, so I'm not as close. Can't wait for Skaven. I really miss my most favorite faction. Yeah, dude, I do too. Every time people vote for Warhammer 2 and I go back and play Warhammer 2, it's just like, God, I miss Skaven. I miss Skaven. They're so silly and fun and good. Alright. We're going to put the Peasant Long Spearmen out front. I usually put Jade Warriors out front. Usually. Because they'll last longer, and then the Peasant Long Spearmen can cover your back line, which usually will have cavalry who don't want to get stuck into melee combat. But the reason I'm not doing that right now is because Kislev has so much mixed ranged stuff that I don't really want to let them shoot with armored Kossars for free on my Jade Warriors with halberds. I want the Peasant Long Spearmen to take that fire, and they also have expendable, so they won't lower my leadership as they run away. Right. I need to get close enough that I can give that guy a buff. Perfect.
Warrior crossbows. The celestial faithful.
Okay. Everybody's buffs. Turn guard mode on. Turn formation fight off, so we're not idiots. No blimps? No blimps. Come back to Warhammer every month. First thing I hear is Chariot Blob. Do you want to scare me away again? I'm not gonna lie to you, Zypher. I refuse to lie to you. Welcome back, by the way. It's good to have you. Good to have you, buddy. Dragon Blooded Shugonon, go up there, and Thunderbolt Cast. Control groups, and then we're ready. I think my opponent's been ready for a bit, because he messaged me right away as soon as we loaded into the game. What a fucking Chad. Alright. Not many Griffin Legions so far. I noticed they're not considered good enough. They're just still really expensive for what they do. The bug will definitely get fixed, but it would be a fun tournament to do. Yes. Like, as long as it's, like, set ahead of time that everybody knows what's going on, right? Not just surprising it on you. But, like, I don't know. Because Rubber Duck of War and General Eisenbart used to run those one build battle royale stuff. Where, like, you would submit a build ahead of time, and that's the build you get for the whole game. You could do that, but with a faction, so, like, the faction I'm going to load and use the bug on every time is going to be Tzeentch, let's say. And then you can pick and ban the faction you play with your Tzeentchian thing, or something like that. Or, I suppose, it could be any faction, but then how would the pick and ban work? I don't know. It's interesting. It's something you'd have to think through fully first, obviously. We're going to advance a little bit. Keep his archers out of range of my cannons, because he has little Grom, and he's firing up and over a hill, which is pretty smart. So I'm going to switch. I can't hit him. I'm just going to let little Grom shoot. Cavalry go through the forests. Peasant Long Spearmen advance. Some crossbows shoot in. He doesn't have a whole lot of cavalry to flank me. As I say that, some cavalry up here. So I kind of want to take the infantry fight and keep him. Okay. Here are some dervishes coming in to ruin my day. But this cannon's already pretty fucked by Little Grom. I'm not super upset by it getting shut down. There's all the cavalry. So it is coming. Alright, our cannons are doomed. That's kind of okay. So we just want to win the frontline fight as quickly as possible. Push forward, try to dodge that hailstorm as best you can. Cannons are doomed. We have accepted this. One thing that could be nice is that we have Jade Warrior Crossbows that are actually heavily armored. Doesn't look like that's going to matter as Cav just rolls through them. And it's looking pretty bad. Whoops. They're not over yet. Are you armored Cossars? Yes, you are. Throw that out quick. And to my unarmored Cossar compatriots with this. Okay, deleting them. Jade Warrior, Jade Lancers are still fighting some stuff. And this cannon is back, but it doesn't have the bug. I don't know. It looks like most of the cannon models are actually just dead. I don't know. Might have the bug, might be dead. Okay, let me try to run away. Jade Lancers, this classified dervishes are probably going to rout. Just come over here and help me fight this. Because there's an awful lot going on. This cannon, yeah, I don't see any glowing green models, so I can't get back on its thing. Come with me. We have light war sleds kind of running rampant. Fight that, fight that. Jade Lancers are fighting these dervishes. Whose unbreakables about to wear off. They'll probably break. I need you elsewhere, so just come with me for now. You have rallied, you're immediately breaking. That's fine. Now, two of your cannons are technically alive, but you can't get on top of them, so whatever. Whatever. Anyway, come back over here. Are these armored or unarmored? Unarmored. Taste Dragonfire. Are these armored or unarmored? They are armored. Take that. That little kitty cat is about to rout. Well, not rout. It'll desummon soon. Try and dodge that. Try and dodge that. Something pretty bad. It's a pretty good cavalry flank, though. Oh, it messed me up pretty hard. Try and dodge him. What are these Cossars? Armored. Overcaster on them. Kiss of the Spirit Dragon! Jade Lancers! Offspring of dragons! Marching as one! Harmonious! We're gonna hope a metric shit ton of halberds can still pull this game out somehow. Seems unlikely, but maybe. To battle! Down the retreat! This yet? Hey, hey, you cast it. You cast it, buddy. Oh god. One of the most annoying things about Kizlet is their damn unbreakable passive. I don't think it's OP. It is just annoying to deal with though, because you're like, I need to route something quickly, and they're like, no. Fuck you. Boom! Master of Azir. Bounce power is pretty bad. I would agree. Oh, there's still a little Grom. Yeah. This is pretty doomed. These dervishes. I won't surrender yet. It looks pretty over. I just feel like it's a little early to surrender, but it's pretty over. Oh, army losses. There we go. GG, well played. Didn't look for the flanking cav because I am a fool. I go do something else, check my messages in free time. What message? Wait, I thought you meant in this thing. BG, you cheated. I never lose. Alright, for Poland. Oh, yes. I saved this. Sorry for no response. Yes. I did see your message for Poland, sorry. It's just, it was a day ago. It's golden flute. Alright. Casters did fine. Jade Lancers did fine. Rusty's gonna hate me for saying this, but I should have played Boxier. I didn't expect the Cav flank like that. Oh! Oh, we got him! Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got him. Hold on. I just got to make sure I'm right, because I'm pretty sure I'm right. Oh! We caught him. He has 5. Wait. Look over there. He has 5 Kossovite dervishes. 5 of them. Remember that. Because on the left screen in the rules, you can only have 4. Oh! It's a replay. It's a replay. He cheated. He's the big cheats. No, I don't care. I will inform him. Yo. FYI, you had 5 dervishes. Limit 4. Not replay, as game wasn't that close. Just an FYI for future. That's like, yeah. If, like, competitive integrity, man. If someone does that to you, oh, sorry, I didn't realize you're still on the screen. If someone does that to you, you're technically allowed a replay, that's fine. But, like, I would highly recommend people really take a look at, like, would that have changed the state of the game before you ask for a replay? Like, it's just good sportsmanship is my little soapbox where I'd say, like, really consider the effect 1 extra dervish was going to have. And it's like, was it a bigger problem that he had 5 dervishes or that I didn't expect the cavalry flank and got dicked? I think 4 dervishes would have been fine. Just, you know, heads up. Anyway, he wants to know what the blood fen looks like. We can give it to him. Boom. Map set. He's going corn, banning Kislev. Okay. Well, let's get into corn. I don't know, I would always request to be honest. Otherwise encourage small road breaks. That's fair. That's fair, Rusty. You're allowed your opinion. Even if it's wrong! No, you're fine. It is a serious tournament. I'm going to play serious. I'm going to play try hard, which would make me go Nurgle here. So I'm going to go Nurg. And we'll see if anybody has figured out how to beat the blob Big JP gave me. I mean, maybe post-patch, maybe someone can do something about it. But it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross, little blob. Blobberino. Maybe something more iconic. Doom Sage, I saw your comment. It didn't sink in for me until right now. Pouring salt on Dryads is more iconic. It's true, dude. It's true. Fuck Dryads. Ugh. Can't tell if all these youngins, these new players in Warhammer 3 are just good or if I'm just bad. Because I've been losing a lot. I went from being like... In Warhammer 2, if you watch a lot of sports, I would call myself a gatekeeper in Warhammer 2, if I'm being honest. Where like, a gatekeeper is someone... If you're talking about playoffs, a gatekeeper is someone who's not going to make playoffs, but is like just about there. So if you can beat that person, you're in. And if you can't beat them, you're out. Like, that's generally how I'd rate my skill level, is if you want to be a high tier player in Warhammer 2, you would have to beat me pretty consistently, I thought. In Warhammer 2, man, you take a big step back, because, like, knowledge was a lot of what helped you in Warhammer 2. And in Warhammer 3, knowledge helps you again, but it's a new game, so not everybody knows. And I've been busy, so I haven't been grinding as hard. So I have noticed a few times where I'm like, this unit should beat this unit. Whatever. Throw them against each other. And then you come back later and you look at it and you're like, I got fucking trashed on. Alright, that unit does not beat that unit. Good to know. You just imagine some Omega-sized hubby looming over twig people and burning them with a magnifying glass. I would if I could, to those filthy Dryads. Those filthy, filthy Dryads. Punching Treebeard in the beard. I don't actually have an issue with the tree people and Durthu. Durthu's my favorite Wood Elf Lord. He's a fucking Chad. My only real problem with the Dryads is the roster they're on. Is that, like, Wood Elves are supposed to be this, like, really fast, lightly armored, fragile kite faction, and if you catch them, you get rewarded, but if you can't catch them, you get murdered. And I'm like, all right, cool, I get it. And then they go, oh, so I forget their armor. Exactly. So someone's gonna be like, actually, it's 35 armor, but whatever. They're like 80 armor, but also 45 speed, but also ITP, but also magic damage, 550 cost Vanguard Dryad unit with Strider. And it's like, aren't you guys supposed to run away from the fight? And they're like, nah. Nah, dude, we have one of the best chaff infantry in the game. Fucking fight me. So that was my problem. Is like, I feel like the Dryads weren't on an appropriate roster. Like, visually, they're on a very thematic roster, obviously. But play-wise, I felt like they belonged more on, like, a different faction. The newer players probably have a lot less muscle memory of armor too, and so are able to deal with the quirks of 3. Maybe. That might change when Warhammer 2 factions come back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but it's kind of cool. Like, it's cool seeing new faces that were brought into the community with the new game, seeing them do well, seeing them kick ass. Like, it's exciting. You know, as much as I love watching Void fight Ice Power with 4 Manticores and 2 Manticore summons in every single game, 2 each side and 1 Manticore summon each side, obviously. You know, it's nice having a new meta where people have differing opinions on what's good because it hasn't been solved yet. And that's pretty fun. 60, you think? Alright. I'll believe you, Coops. 60 armor. Just 4x Sisters of Avalorn, Techless for Nets, Kindle Flame, Cab Countercharge. Sisters of Melt them with fire and magic damage. I'm complaining about Wood Elves, how I missed that. You missed it a little bit, Shogunik. You missed it. High Elves don't know what chaff infantry is. I think it's a little weird Rangers cost 600 gold. Like, I don't know. It feels a little strange. These probably cost 500. And you have the Spearmen for, like, defensive infantry, or you have the Rangers for offensive infantry. Rangers don't feel like they should cost 600. That's just me. Okay. Honestly, I haven't been paying attention during my advance, so here we go. Do I have Steam? No, I just have Fleshy Abundance. I might alter this build and try to get Fleshy Abundance sometime soon. Because I think that's just a really good spell. Wow, he's deleting this guy. I'm not going to try to heal him there. Oh, no, click his picture. You can't click his picture if he's terror routing? Well, now I might heal the wrong unit. Fuck. Okay. There, we tried. Furies are instantly dying. Spawn Nurglings are gonna go fight Flash Hounds and stuff. Okay. This guy, if he gets close to routing again, I might have to just throw out a summon way earlier than I want to. But we'll see. I'm trying to put him back at the moment. Double Beasts of Nurgle. They get to fight the Exalted Bloodthirster if he ever lands. 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 There we go. Nope, he didn't actually land. And that whole time, he didn't actually land. I'm going to throw out the healing that spreads. Meanwhile, Nurgle's filthy Mortis Engine will do the work. Nice cycle charging. What do you think this is? A real game? No. This is a depressing abomination for you. Only I get to play the real game. The Mortis Engine game. Yes. Suffer and die beneath my Mortis fury. Oh! Oh, I'm running out of chaff units, you say? Oh, there's not a lot of blockers left for my Mortis Engine power. Well, once those Forsaken are gone, I might just summon Leg Bearers. You will die. Die! Nurgle is invincible. Actually, kind of taking a lot of damage. I don't want that. I am their ruin. Not taking a lot of damage. I don't like that. You guys come over here. Regen a little bit. Come on. Come on. Just regen a little bit.
Cut them open!
Forsaken, come over here. No, no.
Fight as one.
Can't overcast this yet. Beasts of Nurgle, hang on till I can overcast, because that would be way more efficient use of my winds of magic.
Disease is a
Please. Oh god, that one's gonna start crumbling. Like, not crumbling, but decaying. Ah, fine. I'll regular cast it. Jesus. Just want everybody to know that I'm extremely displeased with this outcome. Okay, Forsaken are still in here doing okay, but we'll get one Plague Bear. Aw, you disintegrated anyway after I used all that shit on you, you stupid bastard. Alright, Plague Bears are here. Stack some Flesh Hounds. Which of you is the summon? You. So you're not in danger. Okay. The one that's in danger already used the summon. Perfect. Perfect, that's what I like to hear. All the Bloodthirsters running around, doing good. Plague Bears are fighting Flesh Hounds that are also getting Mortis Engined. Hopefully they'll start crumbling a little bit, because crumbling is more powerful than anything you can ever imagine. Okay, Exalted Big Boy, come back. Come back. Just get into combat anywhere, I just need you to Mortis Engine. The Warhammer 3 experience? Yeah. We talked about it. Game 1 was a good game. Game 2 is going to be a blab game.
By Nurgle's command.
Mortis Engine down. He's fucking crushing it on these cycle charges, though. This Exalted Bloodthirster's been really, really well microed. If he would fucking land, I could counterattack. That'd be pretty cool if I could counterattack at all. It'd be pretty sweet if I could counterattack in any possible way. I think that would be kind of cool. Nope, he just flew away. he just flew away. She's fucked up. That dick. All right. My plague fathers are leaving me. Let's see if we can get a surround-ish on this guy. Exalted. Greater Unclean One guy, go duel, because you're actually a pretty good duelist. Let's get our other summon out. The Exalted Greater Unclean One's going to clean up these cultists, so the Plague Bearers will have to clean up the dogs. And just good old-fashioned attrition is going to have to take care of our friend Exalted Bloodthirster Scarband here. Healing. I'll give it to you. And I'll also overcast healing on the blob so that everybody gets a little bit of juice. Stays as healthy as possible. Everybody who's not a summon and not my big single entity lord, go fight him. Big single entity lord and the summon, go fight the halberds because you're going to do more damage there. And that's looking like the fat GG. You want to dance? I'll tussle. Yeah, you better run. Run from our poxy glory. Okay. Can we call Fleshy Abundance Fleshy Bum Bum? Convinced cheap Dark Elf units are Empire's slaves. Let's look. 3,800 on him. Spawn just stood around. Cultists stood around. Beasts of Nurgle stood around. Forsaken honestly traded well. Good for them. And Nurglings all died. Exalted Bloodthirster tried his ass off and only got 1,800 value. Spawn did okay. Chaos Warriors did okay. Cultists did okay. Flesh Hounds did their best. But it's a brutal build. Tune the Cappy Power. Do you think having a different gold cost for units between land and domination, I don't think that would make the balancing a lot easier. I'm actually not against that idea. Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted. I wouldn't hate different costs for domination in land battles, but it sounds like a lot of work for CA, so I don't blame them for not doing it. Okay, so we're going to game 3. And I need to look at what map we're doing. The Deadwood. And I've used Cathay and Nurgle. Okay. Pick 3, ban 1. Kislev, Zinch, Slanesh, ban Zinch. Yes, ban Zinch. I was debating whether to ban Cathay, but I think I can deal with it. Okay. Sorry, I had pings I had to check. Looks like Logic released a video, so I got a ping. Okay. Alright. I'm focusing. Thirster is just super embarrassed about screwing up that landing. Dude, he screwed up multiple landings. See, he isn't going to bounce around land battles. I'm pretty sure their stars need split unit costs. Are they really... Not to throw some shade, but are they really balancing around domination either? Cathay was one of the 2 worst factions, and in this new patch, they made Cathay worse in domination mode. Because there's increased supply count overall, so there's more money. So there's more shit you can throw at the points. And Cathay's problem was always they'd kill everything that goes to the points, but there's always more shit to kill. And then CA was like, we got you, fam! More shit! And then Cathay's like, no. No, I can't. No! Killing everything doesn't matter. Because Cathay is really good at killing everything. Alright, Ogres, Slanesh. Did I ever save build? No. Fuck. Okay, figure one out. We want 5 spears. We want 4 Hellstriders. Alright, done. Build over. If only. Get some Chaos Furies to fly over the front line just in case. It's nice to have the option. I got some Hellstriders basic. Their stats are just really, really good. Nakari's kind of fun here at times, but they also can get really dumpstered. So let's go with an Exalted Keeper of Secrets. Slanesh or Shadows? What are we thinking? Wow, these are all really good. Okay. I'll cut that one. It seems nice, but also seems really subjective, and this Lord is expensive as shit. So, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Keep that for now. Get rid of that. Keep that. Get rid of that. Why get rid of the Lash? Because it doesn't do anything to ogres, and what am I going to do? Lash Noblars? Yay, 100% armor piercing on Noblars. So I'll keep Hysterical Frenzy and Acquiescence. Seems fine. 2,000 gold. Could use more infantry, I guess. Is Double Cultist smart? Probably, but 2 things. 1, I'm bored of it. I'm bored of taking Double Cultists all the time, so I'm not going to do that. And 2, it's not that useful against ogres. Cultists are really nice for shutting down a backline area, but there's not really going to be one. So the Demonette summon's going to show up, do a lot of nothing, and leave. So I don't even think they're actually necessary here. They're just okay. So I'll get more shit. Let's just get more shit. Fiends, spawn, more infantry. Oh, the decisions. Could get some Hell Scourges. Those are pretty good. And 1,000 gold left, we'll get 1 spawn. Yes. This seems fine. This seems like a build. Tune the capping power. Seems like they don't know. You know what will happen if they split the cost? There'll be some stupid bug that allows you to use the other game mode's cost when you remove a unit and re-add it. Shogunnick, that's probably true. Land battles are fun, provided someone isn't running a degenerate corner box to draw kite. Yep. Quick plan probably have 15 games just draw kite. We can't be. They're balancing on domination. It's easier to get sponsors for tournaments because they don't need to enforce community rules. We need to go back to land battles and pretty anxious about playing ladder. Anyone cares? A brief. It's possible to explain the meta and basic matchups. Yeah, Shogunnick. So, if you want to try hard, Chariot Blobs are pretty good for Kislev. And almost every matchup, the Chariot Blob is the most efficient. Because right now, it's pretty much, what if Scourge Runner Chariots were tanky and good in melee combat? Like, as good as Tuskor Chariots were in melee combat? Pretty much. I know I'm overgeneralizing. People are going to be like, but actually, it's close. Come on, it's close. So in your Kislev, just Chariot Blob with some healing. Alright. Sucks, but that's what you gotta do if you want to win. Kislev's also not bad if you go wide, so you just want to have some fun. Go wide with a bunch of archers, shielded infantry. You can take chariots if you want, or you can just take their cav. Kislev's overall pretty good. They're pretty fun. And they can take about anybody. I can't think of a real hard Kislev counter at the moment, but I'm in the middle of a game, so maybe I'm not thinking that hard about it. Yeah. Kislev's really good. I think Cathay is really good. I think they can play a lot like the Empire from Warhammer 2 and kind of take any matchup. I don't think there's a lot of matchups where they're super favored, but I don't think there's a lot of matchups where they just outright fucking suck. So that's what I like Cathay for, is they always kind of have a shot. Cathay's pretty good. I think their box playstyle isn't particularly... Sorry. A wide box is good. It's very good. But their small box with like 2 Terracotta Sentinels, I think that shit's overrated. I don't think it's very good. So I would avoid that. Just go wide. Have a lot of spears, have a lot of arrows. Drown your enemy in bodies. Just my opinion of it. So it's pretty good. The only matchup you really have to fear is Cathay is Khorne. It's pretty bad for you. Khorne's pretty balanced. Khorne has a lot of fine matchups. Some good ones. Nurgle's pretty bad, so avoid that, as you just saw. But Khorne's fun. Slaanesh is very fun, but they're counter-picky. You kind of want to face a faction that you can dumpster. So they're kind of like dwarves. Except, I mean, dwarves obviously sit slow in box, but I'm talking about, like, in a matchup that's good for Slaanesh, good for dwarves, quote-unquote, they're very good at it. In a matchup that's bad for Slaanesh, or bad for dwarves, they're very bad at it. So let's just counterpick. Zinchu's generally good. Usually Spell Kite and Shield Kite. Not very interactive, but good. But it's a lot of single entities. No matter what you're doing, it's a lot of single entities. How to declare the tournament round? Sorry. Talking to somebody about tournament stuff. Alright, Golden Floof, I'm coming. Yeah. I hope that wasn't too much of just a ramble at you, Shogunnick. Because it's hard to encapsulate what is the entire meta in a quick statement, but that's generally a rundown of a lot of the factions. Nurgle, I've been trying to make them work. Honestly, they just feel bad if you don't do that blob I just did versus Khorne, but Nurgle just feels bad. I would avoid them if you're starting out in multiplayer. And Ogres, I'm not the guy to ask. Even when Ogres were OP, I wasn't really feeling it. I didn't feel very good when I played them. I was just like, this doesn't feel that great. And not like, oh, I feel like a shitty person. Like, I was playing them and I'm like, I am losing and I don't know how to win. And then when I play against Ogres, I generally feel pretty comfortable. So, I'm not the guy to ask how to play Ogres, clearly. You go high for a minute. We'll move in. So what do we have? Double Stonehorn, Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw, a bunch of Ogre Pistols, and a bunch of Ogres. Okay, I can handle that. probably.
To the next victory.
Okay, Spearman, come here. Now that we've engaged in melee combat, you come over here. Let's rampage these guys. Just give them a shit ton of stats. Furies come into the center of the box, so we need to get some rear charges down. And this big lady is going to hit this guy in the face. Reduces melee defense. Reduces melee defense even more, so his melee defense of 0, and we should rampage if we get any damage on him at all. This should be good. Wow. You guys try to charge in here. We'll get our Furies to rear charge some stuff. Really put them on the back foot. Hopefully. The dreaded ogre box. Never thought it would come to this. Let me chase down these Noblars. Hey, hey. I don't know where the Noblars are actually, but I do need to chase stuff to get my passives. I do love passives. So now we're doing okay for now. I'm gonna save that. This is the big part we like, so we gotta now start chasing things. Getting our army passives up and going. Let's rampage these man-eater pistols so they stop shooting at the stuff they want to and they start doing what we want them to do. Alright, just check back in. Furies, get out of here. Help me chase, help me chase, help me chase. Help me chase. Nothing can come back. Nothing can come back. You're getting a buff. Everybody in the army gets leadership and stuff. That's the big Iron Fist, and I'm not going to be able to dodge it in time because I'm too slow and stupid. No, being slow and stupid has consequences. Why? Why can't I just be slow and stupid and not face any consequences? Alright, all of you move in here, except for my cavalry that I'm going to use to chase down some stuff. Hey, 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 click on the right stuff. Click on the right stuff. You, come over here and help me chase things. You, come over here and help me fight things. You are doing just fine. Furies are still chasing? No, you don't need to, so come over here. Help me do that. Yeah, don't bother with that. So you guys are chasing. Spears are moving in to help me out. You're not having a great time. Rampage everybody and then get the hell out of there. Furies did get there, so they're fighting the Ogre Bulls, which means I don't need you to do that. You can come over here with me. Spears, can just surround this. I don't need that, but... All Narcissism... This guy, so he can't come over and tag team me, and maybe I'll fight this guy. Okay. That guy's stuck in place, surround him, kill him. This guy's coming back, cool. Well, now we're slightly ahead on the balance of power. They are down to just their 3 single entities, but that is power for single entities. Can't dodge that, I was too slow yet again. We are pretty heavily blobbed, I should stop doing that. Fight that. Come here. Try to rampage him. Yet again. Can you chase off some stuff just for some free Slanesh points? And some free Slanesh bucks. Give yourself 24 melee attack, but don't rampage, please. Come on, I asked nicely. I asked nicely! Hey! I asked nicely, lady. Oh my god. Can't have anything nice these days. Alright, let's try to unblobify just a little bit. Just a little bit unblobify. Alright, cavalry that I separated out. One of you, go for him. The other one, come with me. And then charge him. Everyone will be fine. Chasing off some stuff for some more brownie Slanesh points. Chaos spawner here, that guy's routing. That's pretty good. So everybody beat up him except for this calf. Keep beating up that. Army losses comes in with him. GG, well played. Slanesh hard counters them, I think. Okay. Alright. Who's messaging me in my own server? Dungeon's End. Oh, I love Dungeon's End. Alright. That made me sad. Golden Floof. See that? Pretty quick into the fight. Gotta learn more than Korn, Kislev, and Tzeentch. Still a good show, though. Well played today, mate. Let's give a round of applause to Golden Floof. We fucking love Golden Floof. Beat me on my best faction. Anyway. Hellstriders are super good against ogres. They largely pay for themselves and more. Spawn did fine. Exalted Keeper of Secrets did great. Furies did fine. Hellscourges did fine. Spears did great. On the other side, Slaughtermaster's a great model, almost 1,000 value. His Hunters did well. Maneaters with the pistols did actually pretty well. Ogre Bulls got trashed on, and the Noblar Trappers also died. Rip. I like that build. I'll save it. So I don't have to think of one next time. Did you watch Anticity get dumpstered by Nurgle yesterday? I did not. What happened? What's going on? Slicing Shards would be really good right now. Kinda. It doesn't do that much damage to ogres because their models are so big and stuff. Hope you'll stream in an hour. I'm still going. This looked like it might be rough. Yeah. Melee defensive 0. Don't worry, we just miss all the animations. Does Rampage still last forever? Sometimes, and it's inconsistent. Yes, Rusty, it did last forever. There are multiple replays I've sent out with me being angry about, like, I'm still rampaging, blah, 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 blah. Does chasing shattered units boost up Slanesh's passive, or is it something else? Yes, Slanesh's passive is any unit with leadership that's negative, so shattered is also negative. Yes. Also, I just didn't want to blob, because that hurt me a lot. When he was casting those Iron Fists on 2 or 3 units of Clustered Spearmen was definitely a mistake from me, but shit. I can always play better. So what do we have in the bracket so far? This is the person I was typing to. I was really surprised. Zep beat Commodinner. Commodinner's pretty good. So good on him. Good on him. Trader GG and Teddy still fighting it out. Raced and Bobman going to town. WWD beat Uncle Benjamin. Haven't seen either of those players. Wish I could have cast that series, but too little too late. Renless beat the Phoenix King. And Stingers defeated Umais. Stingers recently beat me on that ladder. Alright. So I'm waiting for the winner of Bowmore or GGX Spartan. Alright, cool. I'll see if I can snag any lobbies. Valk versus Swarv. Must be a different tournament. Turner Nurgle. WWD. Is he in a game? No, he's just chilling. He's vibing. Sparta. Full. They haven't started their game yet. And the Deadwood is the last map. I'll message GGX Spartan and see if he's around. Spec slot. Plus. I'll also message Belmore just in case. Spec slot plus. Let me in. Yeah. We have to refresh, but they messaged me. Cool. So whoever wins this game will come fight me. They are on game 3, so I know the score is 1-1. But I'd rather watch them than sit in the lobby. Not the lobby. The main menu. Do nothing. Gonna miss a lot of mine. Renless, it's too late. Renless, it's too late. You were here too late. You upset me greatly. I am always angry. Boop. So now that it's not me, I will actually start using a blocker. And what do we have? Kislev versus Tzeentch. Oh, I didn't update the score after last time I won. Well, shit. The end score was 2-1. My bad. My bad. That's what you get for being a degenerate piece of garbage. Spartan versus Bowmore. And I know they're 1-1 because this is the game 3 map. So I mean, it is technically possible someone went 2-0 and they just decided to play the third game for fun, but I doubt it. Oh, Bomor told me how it went. First game is Cathay versus Kislev. Spartan 1 is Cathay. Second game is Kislev versus Zinch. And Bomor 1 is Zinch. Oh, so they're just doing picks and bans now. Alright, cool. So the armies you briefly saw aren't real because that game already happened. Sweet. You missed an amazing Cathay versus Kislev double Grom. Cool. Bomor's picks are Korn, Cathay, and Nurgle ban Zinch, and Spartan is thinking about it. So Spartan's played Cathay, Kislev, and Zinch. Zinch is banned, so I'm throwing in that list. So he has Korn, Slanesh, Nurgle, and Ogres to pick from into that pick 3. Korn, Cathay, Nurgle. Ogres can kite Nurgle and Korn pretty easily. I would go Ogres ban Cathay. Or if you've seen my streams recently, you'll know that Anticity's still really good at kiting me, even on Cathay as Ogres. So, like, I definitely think Spartan's best pick, if he knows how to play it perfectly. You know, it's a high bar to say Anticity could do it, so just do it, nerd. But if you can play Ogres well, probably Ogres, ban Cathay, be my pick. Maybe ban Korn if for some reason you're uncomfortable with that. But Nurgle's easy for the Ogre lads, I think. Human Boy 1 game ago. I don't know anything about Ogres. Human Boy the next game. Go Ogres here. It's a solid bet. I love being stupid. How's it going? I forgot my name. How's it going? It's going good, dude. It's going good. It's going good. So less PvP games. Me sad. Oh, there will be plenty. This whole stream is PvP. Let's go. It's all good. You can spectate your opponent now and I'll get some ideas what they're doing. Yeah. I love cheating. I love sniping out my opponents. Oh, Rinless and Stingers are fighting. Yeah. Great. Spartan's still thinking about his picks. And I hear Grace fumbling around out there, so BRB. BRB, don't leave. If I come back and the people watching is less than 29, I'm going to throw a hissy fit. I'm going to do it. Don't leave. You better not. Sirs and or madams. Puppy, I gotta cast games. Pup, no. No, Pup. Okay, hi, Pup. You can say hi to the stream real quick. Real quick. Okay, this is a puppy. This is a puppy. Yeah.
Did you run the dishwasher a lot yesterday?
Yeah, it's clean right now.
Okay.
Who's like a puppy? Yeah. Alright. I gotta cast more games. Goodbye. I love you. Fucking dog. I'm sorry. I'm back. Quick, everyone deploy hidden mode. So the number watching goes down. Just consider it an incentive to fight quickly. You get the spy in the rest of the competition like elves do. Got him. That was the pup. I have the door closed because whenever Grace is home, she doesn't like my door open while I'm casting because I am loud. I'm very loud. I'm a very loud individual. Zmilder, Endstream just kicked the bucket, so your viewership is probably going to spike a little now. What do you mean kick the bucket? What happened? What happened? Oh, he had a issue with the thingy. I see. Rip end stream. Rip. I don't get when I see one. End stream crashed right around the time I hold up a dog to the camera. Coincidence? I don't think so. Trader GG, just letting you know I put a 2 on challenge, but it says 1 for some reason, IDK. Oh, I see how it messed up. Okay, well, as long as the right person won that series, Trader, you're fine. Also, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Nurgle Mirror! Give it up. Round of applause for the Nurgle Mirror. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in 45 minutes. I'm going to go take a walk and then do some jumping jacks and everything besides watching a Nurgle Mirror, ladies and gentlemen. Nurgle Mirror, give it up. Give it up. Hands together, heads in. Big brain time. Nurgle Mirror. Nurgle Mirror. Just finished your Lizardman campaign. Do you buy the DLC factions or play Dowie VC Greenskin campaign? Dowie campaign makes me vomit. The Vampire Counts campaign is also pretty boring in my opinion. I think the Greenskin campaign is pretty fun. How much Greenskin DLC do you have? How much Greenskin DLC do you have? That is the question. Anyway. I'm gonna pay attention to this game. I'm gonna cast it. I'm gonna be great. Just let me. All right. Yep. So Nurgle, and I think the meta here is probably some Nurgle stuff, and you probably want to heal a little bit, and I just probably want some toads. Maybe some flying boys. Maybe some soul grinders. Plague chariots, is that a thing? Yeah, take 7 plague chariots. Ooh, this looks interesting. Yeah, this is better. This is better. Alright. Haha, funny joke. Funny joke. Anyway, I'm back. No DLC. Alright, does that leave you with Wurzag, Grimgor, and Azhag? Or do you not get Azhag? If so, I think the Wurzag campaign's pretty fun. I think that was my first campaign I ever played. And it had me talking like Wurzag for at least like 3 or 4 days. Just like, Wurzag! The Great Green Prophet. We're gonna make them all squiggly. Dude, I love that guy. Wurzag's fucking great. Do shields block Tzeentch missiles from flamers and horrors and stuff? I don't know, actually. That is a very good question. Oh, wait. Shields block from horrors, pink and blue horrors. I don't know about flamers, because that might be, it might be like an AoE thing. Sipe is also green. Come back and I see this matchup. How can the paint ever dry when he keeps adding more? Right? He fucking sucks at it. That's why you gotta watch it. You gotta watch the progression as he learns. Azhag is base game. Azhag's also very fun. Azhag is very fun. I love his quest battles. His quest battle speeches are incredible. Like, I'm gonna get it slightly wrong, but I swear to God, one of his quest battle speeches has like the line in it somewhere of about like, all right, lads, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take heavy on the left flank. We're gonna go around there and do a classic pincer maneuver. What? Sorry, stupid hat took over me words again. Let's go crump 'em. And I love Azhag's voice lines in his quest battles. They're so good. Stop it, hat, I know. And for anybody who doesn't know Azhag's lore, the quick version is Nagash talks to him through his hat and sometimes takes over and makes him really, really smart for an orc. That's the entire joke, and I fucking love it. Alright, Azhag is the base game. Nurgle Mirror is not as bad as the Vampire Counts Mirror, says Rusty. I guess. Yeah, it's probably a little bit better. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did Grace hate that? 8. Wasn't the Seamir Air Force fight? Sometimes. What if AP damage bypassed Zinch's shield? That could be interesting. The greenskins are my favorite. They're so funny. Greenskins are my, like, second favorite behind Skaven. But they're both hilarious. Shut up, Crown. We'll go south later. Aztek's great, dude. Yeah, dude. It's good. All right, blocker comes down, and we get Bowmore. Both players have messaged me at one point or another saying, "Are you sure you want to spectate this?" And at this point, we're invested, right? It's like sitting down at a restaurant, and you have one bite of Korean food that you ordered that is way too hot, and like the waiters and waitresses asked you like 6 times, and you're like, "Give me the hot one," and they're like, "Sir, this is very, very hot." And they're like, give me the hot one. I can handle it." And you take a bite, and you're like, "I can't handle it." You're not gonna walk out of that restaurant. You're not gonna ask for them to take your food back. You're not gonna pussy out. You go through that whole thing. You eat the whole bowl, and you hate yourself the entire time. This is our hot Korean bowl right here. We signed up for it. We're sticking through it. Nurgle mirror, baby. Let's go. All right. There. I already regret this. There's barely 800 units on the whole field. There's not even 1,000 guys here. One of my typical Skaven armies is twice as many guys that's on the field in this entire game. Jesus Christ. Alright. Nagash, the hat that nags, nag hat. For me, it's Greenskins, Chaos Beastmen. Probably for me, Skaven, Greenskins, and then I honestly like playing a lot of factions. But if you just talk about like sheer enjoyment while playing, third faction would probably be Bretonia. I really like cycle charging with Cav. Blob for the Blob God. It's true. Only one. You miss Rogue Idols. Only one matchup for Rogue Idols. Yeah, it's versus Vampire counts, right? Right? I tried to make that work for so long. Menacing Platypus has the Chad take that Skaven are greater than Greenskins. Got him. Coolest is land battles? Yes, sir. Why the Nurgle Mirror, though? I don't know. Because these players hate themselves. Anyway, what do we have for the armies now that I'm done with that? We have an Exalted Great Unclean one, a Great Unclean one. We have 2 Beasts of Nurgle on one side. We have a Cultist of Nurgle. 2 Chaos Spawns, some Plague Bearers, Exalted Plague Bearers, and Nurglings. Great. On the other side for GGX Spartan, we have Plague Bearers, Plague Bearers, Plague Bearers, Plague Bearers, so 4 of them. We have 2 Chaos Spawn, 2 Beasts of Nurgle, an Exalted Great Unclean one of Nurgle. We have 1 Cultist of Nurgle, and a big fat Soul Grinder. Okay. Nothing matters apart from the Mortis Drained Unclean one. Everything else is pointless. So if you're cycle charging, but you don't like what else? Okay, yeah, sure. I enjoy... Nothing's happening, alright? I am casting the game and telling the story at the same time because I promise you nothing's happening. I enjoy the Bretonian voice lines a lot. A lot. Alright? Soon, there was a poll up on my YouTube about my friend's going to be running a D&D campaign, and I had people vote on my race and my rough class. I talked to the party, figured out what they wanted to do, and then I'm like, okay, I can fill these niches. Asked YouTube. They want me to play a rat paladin. I have plans, chat. I have plans for how to make that entertaining. But I will say, I'm going to be saying "for the lady" a lot. Trying to talk like a mouse. Okay? My character... You know what? We're going into it! We're going into it! No one cares about what's happening there. The Soul Grinder's shooting some slow-moving boys. My guy is going to be called Wretch Braventail. I'm going to kid him out to be the bravest fucking rat possible. He's a paladin, and he serves the goddess of beauty, and everyone is going to be confused. Whenever I run into another paladin of the goddess of beauty, they're going to be like, "Oh, who are you there, filthy rat?" And I'm going to be like, "One of you," and they're going to be like, "Fucking why? There are 8 more gods that make way more sense for you." And I'm like, "Nope, I picked the pretty one." That's my character. He's going to be friendly as shit. He's 3'7", which even for like a Skaven type character is still short. But he's going to be called Biggs. His nickname is Biggs because he doesn't understand that everyone's been making fun of him his entire life. And he's like, "My friends call me Biggs." And anyone who hears that is going to immediately go, "Those aren't your friends. Those are bad people. I'm the friendliest chap. I'm fucking great. Ugh, I'm so excited to play Biggs." Anyway. BOM is hella good for the price. BOM. What is BOM? Sorry. I'm now... BF Flyer, I'm confused what BOM is, and I know I'm immediately gonna say... You're gonna say it, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, of course." But now I can't think of it. I used to love VC mirrors, but that at least required air battle to win the matchup. I think I saw some of these creatures in your garden day. Slugs? Yeah, probably slugs. For the lady women, yes, yes. The goddess of beauty is another rat. The rat lady needs a French accent.
For the lady! Yes, yes!
Wretch gonna friend Wood Elves. Yeah, dude. Wretch Braventail's gonna be the bravest boy. Looks like you... Sounds like you dumped wisdom for this character. A little bit. A little bit. Because, like... It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm so happy for this little guy. Because, like, how stats work in this tabletop game that's close to D&D is I'm going to dump so many stats into courage so that my rat doesn't ever run away that I'm actually going to be a pretty bad fighter. So it's going to be heavily on my party to like bail me out of fights because I'm in it. You know, if I see something evil, I'm just going to be like, "Fuzzy Lydia! Yeah!" and go after him no matter what is going on. And I'm going to need them to back me up, but it sounds like it's fine. Love that character already. Cool! I hope some of you people show up to my friend's stream for D&D. He's pretty excited about it. He's been hosting D&D for a long time, but kind of wants to get into streaming some of it. And, yeah, it'll hopefully be fun. And hopefully constructive as, like, people who show up, you know. You can criticize stuff, just, like, keep it constructive, not just like, "Wow, you suck." But instead, like, you know, "Yeah, you could do this better." That'd be cool. What's the Soul Grinder value? Well, less than 1,000 damage value, so not very good. 800. That's actually better than I would have thought. 800, good for you. What setting will the D&D be in? Is it regular D&D or Warhammer? It's my friend's... His channel's going to be called Homebrew. And it's taking a system called Genesis, which, again, I am casting this game. You haven't missed anything yet. We're still here. Anyway, Genesis is a system where you roll dice that have, like... There's 4 systems, all right? So D&D has 2 systems. It has pass-fail. You roll a dice. If the number's high enough, you succeed. If it's low enough, you fail. That's it. This has 4 systems. Each dice, the good dice have success and advantage, and the bad dice have failure and threat. So what that means is, if you walk into a situation, let's say I want to stop watching the Nurgle Mirror, okay? I'm going to roll to see if I can turn off this stream, if I can abandon the stream and stop streaming forever, okay? I roll the dice. And then the DM rolls the negative dice. He determines how hard that task is and rolls the dice that are appropriate. If I have 2 success and 5 advantage, and he rolls 3 failure and 2 threat, he has more failure than I have success. So I fail at turning off the stream. I am unsuccessful. I am forced to watch this shit. But with all of my advantage, I can turn to the DM and I say, all right, it is a Nurgle Mirror, and I can't turn it off. But the player throws his Soul Grinder into melee combat. So I can, if I have more advantage than the DM has threat, I can dictate a change that benefits me in the situation. But I cannot do the action that I failed to do. You can't do that. So if, like, you know, same example, I try to open a door. I fail at opening the door, but I have so much advantage. I go, I use my advantage to open the door. It's like, no, hey. It's not how we're doing this. Anyway. What's the stream? My friend's going to be streaming Genesis probably in May. We have our session 0 where we like make our characters Tuesday of this week. I still don't know if he's streaming that or if he's going to record it, because I know he's Mr. Overlord. He's been on stream a lot. He hangs out with me. He does our Kislev co-op campaigns. You know, we actually have a stream with him later tonight on We Need to Go Deeper. He's just a cool dude. But he's new to streaming and stuff, so like, you know, he wants to record some stuff and make sure the recordings sound okay. He wants to do that stuff. But I'm pretty excited about it. It's going to be streamed soon. Trader GG, I don't think Soul Grinders are good in the mirror, to be honest. Yeah, I can get it, though. I mean, this guy's already made 1,100 value, and now he's a good melee combatant because he has high armor. Maybe that's what they're thinking. But Nurgle loves getting damaged, and he's just going to heal up stuff, so I guess that value is a little inflated. Hey, the front lines collided! Now we can talk about the game. 6 minutes in, let's go. I have a player in my game who's been made 2 characters with highest wisdom score being 8. That's pretty low. You're posting the link to the D&D channel. Once it exists, I will post it and promote the shit out of it, because it's going to be great. I will watch it. Thanks, Coops! Homebrew, cool. Why run away from Nurgle as Nurgles? What is there to win from that? Both are melee blobs. I think he just wanted to shoot all the stuff with the Soul Grinder, and now they're getting into melee combat. DM since you were 12, so hell yeah, Doomsage. DM life. I'm currently the DM of 2 campaigns and playing in 1, but soon to be 2. I prefer to play than DM, honestly, after doing it enough, but both are interesting. 19 years, holy hell. Wow, Doomsage. That is a long time. Anyway, the blob is happening. Who's winning? Somebody. This one. No, that one. No, this one. No, that one. For being real for a second, the double Great Iron Clean one exalted, one not, could be pretty nasty duelist. 50-54 is good melee stats compared to 27-43 of the Beasts of Nurgle. And if it does come down to just a single entity fight, I mean, having 2 powerful single entities versus 1 powerful and 2 pretty shit ones, yeah, it's okay. It's fine. So he's been running a campaign for 3 years, all a lot. Thanks, Coops. My man can start a D&D campaign and still make it back to cast Nurgle versus Nurgle. Hell yeah. I am amazing at filling time. He said before 10 seconds of silence. Anyway, Exalted Great Unclean One is going to go fight the other Exalted Great Unclean One. But our yellow lad is not having a good time with it. It looks like he's lost a few of the RNG fights and some of the animations. He's also a little bit surrounded by Cultist, Chaos Spawn, and Beasts of Nurgle, while the enemy lord is surrounded only by his own troops. This could be bad for Spartan if he doesn't get him out of there, but he does throw some healing on him. And it's going to be impossible to tell who's winning until the healing caps appear, because I have no idea who's cast what spells so far on what. Nurgle versus Nurgle game is gameplay true. If you end up splintering the door by screaming to be let in, did you not open the door? That defeats the purpose! I digress. Be a flyer, no, that's Philistine. Not until that Philistine can learn to restrain. I'll go check in on the paint guy. Alright, you guys keep an eye on this. I'll do the paint guy. Hold on, we gotta make sure he's okay. History, 10 hours of paint drying. Alright, swap out with me. Swap out with me. You guys do that, I'll do this. How's he doing? That's not paused, by the way. That's live. Has he added too much? Has he added more? On the other side. Oh my... Oh! Oh, and Khorne enters the battlefield. Khorne enters. And is that Scarbrand? It's Sigvald. Sigvald is leaving a Khornate army. Oh my god, this is incredible. They released Immortal Empires right now? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Are those centaurs? The Wood Elves got magic dealing centaur. You guys have to come see this. You have to come see this. Oh my god. Oh, they all left. What? They were right here. They were right. I promise they were right here. You just missed it. You just fucking missed it. All right. How are we actually doing? Both the Exalted Great Unclean Ones are still like full-ish health. That's pretty fine. Soul Grinders fine. Cultists, I mean, there's only 2 of them in this game, which is surprising that neither player took 2. They're both fine. They're both full health. The yellow team has a lot more troops left, and he is getting slightly ahead on the balance of power. This is what soccer feels like to me. No cap. Probably get mod. I did a match and started another while this shit is only halfway. Yep, we signed up for it. We're sticking through. How would mass air with dead heads do in this matchup? That actually might be a good idea, Shogun. That might be a good idea. Hi, Kiara. Hi. How you doing? Hank Cyrus is here. What up? What up? Wouldn't the Forsaken... Oops, sorry. I lost you there. Forsaken be better than the Plague Bearers because of the high damage versus low armor? Maybe. I don't know. Nurgle players seem to really like the Plague Bearers. I think it's because they do magic damage versus other Plague Bearers. But then Forsaken don't have the physical resistance that you're bypassing. So I think Forsaken might be better. Hard to tell. It's also just nice because I think the theory is that they won't rout. So it's nice to have units that are unbreakable. But I also would say these guys crumble so fucking fast when they get low on leadership anyway. And the Forsaken are chads that'll just stay in the fight forever. That I think Forsaken might be a better choice. I don't know. At least to stop adding more thing. Definitely like playing, but world building and narrative stuff is where it's at for me. So usually default to DM. Human Boy, you're the worst caster. How can we miss this historic event? I accept that I am trash. Schizophrenia. It's a grind fest. HP from Plague Bearers is too good to pass up. I guess I don't know the max HP of the Forsaken. They screen for spawn. This is actually worse than VC versus VC. My god, Nurgle truly embodies disease. Now I'm feeling a lot better about that paint channel. These are fun. You only have to think about character and enjoy DM. Both, I mean, both are fun in their own way. I just think I've DM'd too much recently and I kind of need to play some more. My current campaign I'm running with my friend, who's going to do this stream soon, but this is the one we're doing offline. We've been doing it for years. I have a Skaven assassin. Essentially, I'm just, you know, narrating the broad strokes. Is roughly a Skaven assassin that is good at stealing things, and he's strangely the moral compass of our party, and I've committed by far the most murder. By far the most murder. So Bowmore just saved us all 5 more minutes and conceded. His Great Unclean One had 6,000 value. His other Great Unclean One had 1,000. Ooh, yeah, he really didn't get as much value, fortunately. Beast of Nurgle did fine. Spawn did okay. Plague Bearers did okay. On the other side, for Spartan, 4,500. Almost 2,000 on his Soul Grinder. Spawn did fine. Cultist did okay. Beast of Nurgle did okay. And Plague Bearers did fine. Okay, I'm going to get caught up on chat really quick. Rusty says hi. Plus more mortal units route. Stop ignoring Free Undivided. I will always ignore Free Undivided. Plague Bearers seem strong to me. They have a high weapon strength, or am I wrong? And very high HP. Need more spawn. You got the best matchup, and this is all you do with it? I know, I'm trash. I'm a trash person. I'm a trash man. Maybe Moral Empires will be released by the time this game ends. Maybe. Okay. It's over. Dang, Value got it. Recently got to play for the first time in 2 years. It's a pretty great change. Yes. Okay, all caught up. So, my favorite story about my current D&D character that just, it completely shows you my entire party and him in one brief example. I have an elf. In my party who is, he's essentially a bard. If you want to go by broad strokes, he's a bard. He fucks anything that moves. He has a bow and arrow, but he does more talking than he does fighting. Great. He got caught. Well, he didn't get caught. We were sneaking into town, and we were all wanted criminals. So, actually, no, they were all wanted criminals. I'm the only one who didn't get caught, which is a running theme. But I'm the only one who, after we did a crime, actually escaped. So, we're sneaking into town. They don't know I'm a bad guy. So I put the elf in a bag. In the bag, he's running out of oxygen, so I have to get in there soon. We get to the guards. The guards say, hey, stop. What's in the bag? And I said, rat shit. And they said, rat stuff or literal feces of a rat? And I said, both. And they're like, we don't want to look in there. And I said, good. And they're like, you can't come in the store. And I'm like, why? And they're like, you can't come in the store because we said so. And I said, this guy's suffocating. And they said, what guy? And I said, this guy. dropped him on the ground so he could breathe because he was going to die, and then I stabbed both the guards in the neck. They're dead. A bunch more guards are running at us, and I look at the elf and I say, run. I run. He stands up and he tries to talk to them, and he says, hey guys, I know I'm the most wanted criminal, but what if, and then he gets his ass kicked, knocked to the ground, put in jail, and they knock his teeth out and break his arm. Those things literally happened. And the player turns to me and he says, why did you leave me? And I'm like, why didn't you run? We're the most wanted people known to man. You're not going to talk them down. I killed 2 of them. We got to book it. And he's like, I thought we could reason with him. I'm like, no. We started so many buildings on fire. Like, half this town hates us. The other half of this town knows we're worth a lot of money if they hate us. I digress. All right. So Warhammer. I actually have to play? Oh. All right. Guess I will. Alrighty, Spartan. I love my character, though. His name is Shins. He's great. I originally had him as like a rogue, but he ended up being one of the best fighters in our party. And he's had many epic duels. Because he's great. Alright, who picks first? Is it Spartan or is it me? It's me. Cool. Cool. Darkland Peak is the first one. My heart's kind of racing after screaming out that story. I'm sorry I got excited. It's my bad. Undivided have feelings too. We just players too. Good old role-playing days. Well, really long gone now. They're still good if you can find a group, man. Role-playing is always fun. The fuck am I gonna do? What's this map look like? Shit. Okay, I don't really want to play Cathay here. Let's not. Let's go me. Let's do Corn. Corn, ban, Nurgle. No, actually, I have Rinless's build to fight Nurgle, and I am curious how it'll work, so I'm not going to ban Nurgle. Corn, ban, Kislev. No, fuck that. I'll fight Kislev. Corn, ban, Ogres. I don't feel like getting kited today. Nah, I'm fine fighting anybody. I don't really want to ban. Let's ban Tzeentch just because I don't feel like it. Boom. Let's fight him. I will send you stinky socks. Do it, coward. Hobby's heart racing after casting that match, I understand. It was peak content. How do you make a corn box? How would you even make a corn box? Kislev? Alright, so I was curious about this, but now we need to sit down. Because sitting down is the epic gamer strat. So I fought... Actually, this corn army is the last army I fought Anticity with. And it was really bad. Oh! Yeah, sure. Dude, you guys want to see something fucking stupid? Hold on. He's changing his pick, so we have time for this. The last time I played this versus Anticity, I wanted to watch the replay because of something I thought I saw that was funny. Channel content. But when I watched the replay, I know why Minotaurs are bad. Watch this charge from the Minotaurs. Watch the bottom two specifically. Oh wait, I pause it because I'm a dumbass. They failed the charge. That's not the point. Hit unpause, you fucking animal. Look at him. He's swinging at his own buddy. He's going to do it again. What the hell? Why do they swing at themselves? That is so stupid. That explains why they don't kill infantry very quickly. And I watched a few different games, and they would do that occasionally, where they would just swing at nothing. And then also these calcified dervishes are pushing around like they're nothing. Smartars have like no mass, and they swing at themselves. That is two of the reasons they suck. Yes, they're overpriced, but they're also just bad. Anyway, I digress. I remembered that, and I had to share. While Spartan redid his picks. Okay, if... Buckle? Fucking rip Minotaurs. I guess people afraid of my undivided. JK, wasn't there... Ogres were prone to kiting. I haven't seen that yet. Ogres kite a lot. In certain matchups. But if they can outrun you, they'll kite you. Because they're pretty fast. While he thinks... Because Spartan's still thinking. I don't know what his pick is yet. They have pistol units with 50 speed. You know, ogres in general have like 50 speed, which is pretty good. They have their single entity artilleries have 66 speed apiece. Their lead belchers have 42 speed, so they're very fast. They're very fast. One of my favorite characters was the droid precursor to HK-47 from KOTOR. Knights of the Old Republic was a really good game. If you withhold the sticky socks long enough, I'll give in. Bloodthirster. One day we'll get another game and I'll go undivided, yes? Probably. Okay, he's going Nurgle versus my Khorne. Okay. Cool. I wanted to try that build anyway. So... What was it? Rinless's build he showed me. I don't remember if he had Scarbrand. But Scarbrand in general is pretty good. His Rampage is really good. So I'll get rid of that. I do like the Magic Missile, Wrathful Reaper. Rampage on himself. Sure. Rampage is very good on the Nurgle units because then they can't heal themselves. And no, because there's not going to be a lot of units for me to kill. Okay. I don't know if I want that. Do I want that? How much is it? 150? 150 for a 50% increase in damage for 36 seconds? Yeah, okay, I will take that. That's pretty good. And cheesing in campaign is fun. I think a lot of top players treat rule skirt insufficient if you can get away with it. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. So, this was like... It was a lot of bloodletters. I remember that. I just don't remember exactly how many of each. So we'll do that. And then he really liked Blood Reapers. Why? Spell resistance aura is pretty good. Is it constant? No, it's an effect range. Okay. So these little foot guys, 60 melee attack, spell resist auras, that's pretty good. Yeah, I can see it. Other than that, we could get a Chaos Fury for fun. Or I could cut one Bloodletter. What does that give me? I would like having one Chariot. I like having a Chariot in this matchup, but that's the Bloodletters take care of that. So do I need a Chariot? Not really. I need something to help me kill big single entities. Do we trust Minotaurs? Do we really trust Minotaurs? I mean, maybe we do. I need to kill big things. Big things. You need a lot of Chaos Warriors, a bunch of Chaos Spawn to box with a few of his. No, we've seen that lose on stream today. It's pretty hard for Khorne to win this matchup in general. I will get one Chariot. Fuck it. We'll get a Chariot. I don't give a shit. I'll cut one Exalted Bloodletter just because they're very expensive. And get a Halberd and 600 gold? No. 750 and 700 gold, that's better. Sure, why not? Eat a lot of chaos and do it on no balls. Do mine on no balls. Their Minotaurs are really bad though. Just got back with TM, managed to hear Ogre's speed stats. Never thought they were so fast. They're very, very fast. Halberds. The thing is the Halberds are good in theory, but they just get Mortis Engine down. Like, I played this matchup on the Nurgle side in this stream, and he had as many Halberds as you can possibly have, and I just Mortis Engine him to death. So, we're trying. I know Rinless sent me a replay with a build similar to this. I was going off of memory, so I don't remember exactly what his build was. But it was similar to this. It worked in the replay, and then he told me how. And fuck! It was the Herald of Khorne. Shit! Because he gives AoE melee stat buffs to the Bloodletters. Well, whatever. We're in it now. Okay. Too late now. So, let's do a Chaos Warrior. Bloodletter. 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 And a Bloodletter. And I'll take all my Bloodletters. I'll back them way the hell up, because they're going to outrun that Chaos Warrior like nobody's business. So I do need some space. You can spawn here, so you don't have to walk as far. You can spawn here, and Scarbrand and his double little beastie boys can run around and do whatever they want. Double Bloodthirster? I've seen that before. That can work pretty good. I just wanted to try this Rinless type build. Again, I am not exactly sure what he brought, but it's close. You can start as rule breaking to had to end game versus him recamped on the map, corner with impossible terrain. Yeah. That is a big debate of like, do you play a game mode with no rule breaking, or do you play a game mode with no rules? I like both for different reasons, but it's just like, I don't know. Man, if you've ever played a game where people aren't handshaking on what rules are acceptable, the game can get abused to such an extent it stops feeling like a video game and it starts feeling like a fucking chore. And that's the big thing. That like people like to gripe and complain about rules, but if you've played without rules, if you've got really hard cheesed, I guarantee you you're pissed off. Like I guarantee you you're looking for any possible way you could get that opponent disqualified from whatever event you're in. Like, I guarantee it. So there are people who are like, I wish there was no rules. And I'm like, play against the top tier players when there's no rules. Play against someone who's really out to make you have a fucking bad time before you start advocating for no rules, is what I would say. Alright, wait then, Spartan. The Warhammer 3 maps are pretty bad. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Like, we went through and we found all the best maps we could, and we still have some real stinkers, but it's like, gotta have something. Alright, he's ready. Let's go. Magic the Gathering slow play is agonizing. Yeah. Dude, I played some Magic. I made a board game called Puppet Masters literally because I played Magic, and I'm like, this could be fun with a lot of changes, and I did that. But like, there are so many times where I sat down with a green-red deck, and I just wanted to get some big monsters and have a big monster fight and have a good time. And I ran into someone with a blue deck or a land destruction deck, and it's like, I need, you know, let's throw out a random-ass number. I need 7 lands to summon a big monster, or I need 5 to summon a decent monster, or I have chaff for like 3. And every time I play a land, they're like, destroy a land and I gain a life. Okay. Destroy a land and I get to play a land. Okay. Destroy a land and I get to draw 2 cards. Okay. Destroy a land and I get to... Hey, motherfucker! Do I get to play the fucking game? Or what are we doing here? And it's like, no, you don't get to play the game. Then I quit, and I'll go play a game where I get to play cards. Like... And that's how I feel sometimes about Warhammer, is like, you know, if like Spirit Leech kiting is allowed, I'm just gonna run around the map for a long time. I have shit to do today. I could go do so many other things with my time. You take the win, I'm done. Human, what is this build? Eh. It's me trying to remember what Rinless took, and I already fucked it up because I realized after I hit start that he took the Herald and not Scarbrand. Puppet Masters looks interesting. You'll try to buy it when you get the chance. Yeah, it is good. So far, anybody who's bought it, everybody has one complaint or another, but it's mostly about like aesthetic stuff or like production stuff. That I was trying to get this game produced in the middle of a fucking pandemic, where like there were a couple issues where they sent me a test copy. And I was like, yep, looks good. And then they sent me 2,000 copies that I purchased. And I paid $6,000 in shipping. And there's problems. And it's like, well, then I would have to... They would refund the whole thing, but that would start another 2-year process to get this thing made. And I would have to pay another $6,000 in shipping. No refund. Just to get it returned. And then it's like, okay, so these minor aesthetic issues, I'll take note of them, but it is definitely not worth... like refunding to go fix them and delaying the game's launch for another 2 years and paying all that money and like all these things. So there are things people are slightly complaining about, like, oh, this doesn't look quite as nice as I'd like, and I'm like, me either, but sometimes you just get fucked, and I'm sorry about that. But no one has ever complained about the core concept of the game. Like, people have been having fun with it, and they just have little things to get past any jank. But it is also, so like, with all the COVID jankiness, there is also just like, it's my first game ever made, and I made it all alone over the course of 5 years, so it's maybe not going to be perfect, but I don't know. People know where to find me. They know where to ask about, like, oh, you should change this in your next edition, and I will, because I listen, because I'm a good kid. People seem to like it. I don't know. I just played a game convention. I went to a game convention yesterday where I was running it, and we had some randoms play it. They had a good time. It was okay. When was this build? You need double skull cannon? I was gonna try the windless build. I was gonna try a little bit. Chariot, cycle charge. Pretend you're a Kislev chariot and do way too much damage. Oh, they didn't pretend they're a Kislev chariot. They didn't do too much damage. Oh. Okay, Scarbrand, try to path out of here. Why are you so stuck? Damn it. One of the times I lost this matchup, it was because Scarbrand just infinitely cycle charged and I couldn't stop him with anything, but it seems like my opponent's Chaos Spawn actually have mass. So that's problematic. So he can't move. Alright, he's mega fucked if he can't move.
Destruction.
There we go. Scarbrand's out. So now I can just get a couple breath attacks in, try to kite a little bit. And these chariots aren't doing as much as I would like. Scarbrand, stay on the outside. You guys come over here.
Seeking victims for chaos. Visit destruction.
Try and get a side charge. Bloodreapers are in here fighting, but there's 5 single entities, so they're probably going to lose. And we Hail Mary for the Exalted Grid and Clean One and hope we can kill it.
The Lord decides.
Go, Scarbrand, go! Go, Scarbrand, go! Alright, he's doing his best. Might be it, though. I haven't even killed enough models for me to get any of my army abilities. Which is pretty tragic. And Rinless? You swear by these blood letters, but I think they might be trash. I don't know. We've talked about it a couple times, but I just, like, I always struggle to get blood letters to work. If they work for you, that's great, but I still have yet to see a single build where they do well for me. That's GG. Oof, just no damage value. Oh well. Trying a new build, sometimes that shit'll happen to you. GG. It's intentionally made to be an awful matchup for Khorne. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But I wanted to try the new build. So I'd call that a success anyway. Isn't running from the dogs and the blob moving away a rule break? I don't know. He was shooting with a soul grinder. It's pretty whatever. Khorne blob can beat the Nurgle blob, but it requires some very specific picks and off-meta use. You have the wrong build. Do I? Like, I did mention that I think Rinless took the Herald of Khorne and some other stuff, but, like, I'm just saying, in general, the Bloodletters seem to perform pretty subpar versus Chaos Warriors, because they're so much more expensive. And Chaos Warriors last longer, and they get about the same value, or maybe more. Do you want to stream the semifinals? No, you can go on without me. Yeah. Anyway, should have gone with the Skull Cannon. Yeah, but I wanted to try the build. Meanwhile, I had Khorne versus No Game versus Turn on Dom mode yesterday, which was super exciting, back and forth across the whole map. Dom is the way. Dom is really boring to cast most of the time. Scarbrand is a big trap in the matchup. He dumpstered me one time because he rampaged my Exalted Greater Unclean one, so I couldn't cast any spells or move him at all. And then he hit me like 9 times in a row and just killed him. But that is pretty RNG, I guess, so maybe don't rely on that. Dom's easier to play. Yes. Sucks to cast. Told you also needed K. Oh my god. Dude! I'm muting you. You're really annoying me right now, Kiara. Just constantly spamming the Undivided stuff. Like, specifically to annoy me, but it's actually getting to me. And now just not listening at all to my reasoning of, take this build I want you to take. No, I want to take this build that I specifically wanted to try. After the game. Told you should have taken the build. Yeah, I got it. I wanted to try a thing. Wanted to try something new. I'm allowed to do that. It didn't work. I acknowledge that. I'm putting it in a box. It is done. Done. Not going to touch it ever again. I am sorry. But I wanted to try it. Alright. I tried Dom and it killed the same... Yeah, War Sled blobs are pretty bad, but they're also pretty bad in land battles. What is the second map? Troll Run. This one. This one. And it's his pick. I haven't done nearly as much testing with Khorne as like Trader GG and Rinless have. I am curious if your same ideas would not work with Chaos Warriors because they're cheaper than Bloodletters. I guess the Halberds aren't, but the Exalted Bloodletters just didn't do anything and they all died. Because if the whole idea is busting through the front line faster, so then in the late game you just surround the single entities, I kind of get that. But it feels like they didn't even do that, right? Because I got a full surround. I was fighting the whole time. We didn't even get through the front line before everything crumbled. Scarbrand was a trap. Like, I'll agree with you on that one. He can dumpster the Exalted Great Unclean one if he has some sweet RNG, but I guess I didn't have that sweet RNG, so then he just struggled and died, which is, it is what it is. But... a build, but I was trying a different build and didn't want to do same Khorne thing again. Anyway, yeah, I feel like Chaos Warriors could maybe just do the same job as Bloodletters for cheaper, and then you could spend more money on other things, but it is a hard matchup. So I don't know. Why don't you go Undivided, Kappa? Spartan, Cathay Ban Kislev. Cathay Ban Kislev. Slanesh could be fun here. I'll go Slanesh. Slaanesh. What did Nurgle bring? Plague bearers in a box. They're too slow. Chaos Warriors are bad in that matchup because the main damage is coming from Mortis Engine. True. Spell resistance is worth way more than armor. Spell resistance doesn't resist the Mortis Engine, does it? Because I don't think it did. I think. I tried Dominate to kill the same 3 war slots. Yes. Tourney. Trash, not your dog. Okay. Slaanesh versus Cathay, huh? Literally 1984. Got it. $10 I go with a box formation as Slaanesh. That's a bold bet, KV. That's a bold bet. Yeah, got roasted. Yeah, no, Trader, to finish up our conversation about Corn Trader, I agree Scarbrand was a bad pick. But I'm also curious as to what the Bloodletters would accomplish that Chaos Warriors wouldn't for cheaper. That's my overall goal of communicating that. And I've seen the replay where it worked, so I would have to go back. Obviously, I don't want to do that in tournaments. I feel scummy, but like go check the replay and try that exact build. This was just like a trying to remember what it was off the top of my head thing. Yeah. I'm not sold on it, but if it works for you, keep doing it. And that's just a general thing. Like, if something works for you, keep doing it. Like, I don't know. Because certain things, like, there are certain things I did as Skaven that, like, Hadries or Chosen One didn't like, and I kept doing it because it kept working for me. Alright, Cathay, what are we doing? I really like the Exalted Keeper of Secrets, so I'm going to keep doing that. Let's do Shadow so I can take Pit of Shades. Slicing Shards of Slaanesh is better for damage, but it's really easy to dodge after the units got fixed, so now they can actually dodge well. Spell Resist doesn't stop the magic damage. It does. Ooh, fancy. If that's true, which I haven't tested. I watched Dav yesterday, and he had them allowed, so wondering. If I lose, I'm saying there was no ruble symbol, only $1. Scarbrand is way too expensive against Nurgle. You're probably right, yeah. Trader was talking a bit about it. I think he's right. I will say I don't think like the Chaos Spawn and Halberd's Blob does any better, because it also just loses and dies. So it wasn't like, oh, if I took the build I always take and always lose with, I would have lost. Like, yeah, I still would have lost. So trying something is interesting. Why do I try stuff in tournaments? Because I also have to cast, and it's honestly easier if I get knocked out. So there's not a lot of pressure on me. Sometimes I like to just try things, and also I'm not like the best player. So it's not like I'm throwing away a chance to win the whole tournament. It's like, oh, I'll probably lose at some point anyway, just because I'm not super good. Wait, I had a build for this. Why am I being stupid? Stop being stupid. Slaanesh versus Cathay. So the Herald of Slaanesh, Pit of Shades. Oh, this build's super outdated. Shit. Well, now back to what I was doing. I have a better one? More up-to-date one? No? Crap. Alright, back to this. Exalted Keeper of Shadow. Get rid of everything except for Pit of Shades. Sorry for that. And Ballet of Thrones is good. Get the Double Cultist, because now there's a backline we actually want to summon on top of and shut down. Oopsies. Oopsies. Shouldn't have deleted the build because I'm stupid. Get some spears, get some basic marauders, because everybody's going to get shot in the face, so you might as well do some good stuff on your way out. These, this, and none of this, I guess. How do we feel about that? I do like having Furies, so I need to get 1,100 gold back. One Chariot's probably just going to die. Got a Marauder. Upgrade something. Upgrade you to a Hellscorch. Good enough. 10 rubles. Can't even get a single bit from that. I tried stuff to some degree too. Didn't have a chance against traders. That was the end of me for endgame for me anyways. Yeah. No. Also, like, it's not... Sorry. I need to update his score. Sorry. And it's not like, oh, I'm not trying. I lost because I didn't try. Like, no. I played my best in that game. And I wanted to take the build I vaguely remembered off of the replay. Because I remembered it beat Nurgle. And I wanted to maybe get a surprise win. You know what I mean? So it's not, yeah. I don't want to say anything to disrespect Spartan. Like, oh, I'm not trying. Just, he beat me because I wasn't trying. It's like, eh. Also, I like to have fun. And I'm streaming, so I like you guys to have fun too. And not be bored. So there's a lot of reasons for me to try shit. But in general, when I used to play tournaments, Bob Tresh would always say, "Human boy, do not try new things in tournament. You need to do your thing." And I'm like, "But Bob, the rogue idol." And he's like, "It's shit." And then I'm like, "No, it's great." And then I'll play a game and I'll lose it and I'll come out of the game and I'll be super pissed off and I'll be like, "You're right, it was shit." And he's like, "I told you, shouldn't have fucking taken it." Can't help myself. Love the rogue idol. Alrighty. Since you picked Slanesh, the bots have been summoned or are on the way. Good. Bring them on. We need the viewer count. What do we have? 41 people right now? 41 whole people? That's actually pretty good. Welcome to the stream, everybody. If you're liking it, throw a sub. If you don't like it, don't throw a sub. That's pretty simple. I think. I don't know. Is it simple? Oh, I'm scared. He's throwing again? How are Slanesh Chariots now? Saw one picked in Dov's stream yesterday, but it died instantly. They're fine. They're okay. They're not great. They function as a chariot should, as a disruption piece that stops your opponent's range lines or melee lines from doing very much. Don't run them into howlers. But surely this time the rogue idol will work. Dude, you have no idea how true that is. Like, I'm not memeing at all. There's so many tournaments where I'm like, check this shit out. And then Bob Tresh usually would check this shit out and be like, all right, I checked it out. It sucked. And I'm like, no, not like that. If he had just done what I wanted him to do, it would have been great. Big bad bug, make way angry. You can only save one demon prince and use for custom battles per campaign. Oof. Brutal. Rip way. Slanesh Chariots seem decent, super fragile, but that's expected. Yeah. Y2 Cultist. Do they have summons? They do have summons, and it's because I like Cultists when there's a ranged faction, because I can hit the front line and then summon past the front line and muck down some of their ranged assets. So they either have to pull, this is the idea, they either have to pull their cavalry in from defending against my cavalry and defend against my summons, in which case my cavalry can now run in and harass the exact same units, or their pull some frontline infantry to stop me. It's just like it's like a threat overload kind of thing. You just want to keep them busy. Oh god, it's a double sentinel blob. Okay. Blob hammer has been activated. What if they don't have a sub to throw? Then you already threw your sub and you already gave me all the support I need. Thanks. Thanks for doing that. Very nice of you. Hang out, have a good time. The infamous RTK Bob Phoenix. Okay. So, we don't want to go in range of... Ooh, that's a sky junk? Okay, cool. Since you can't manual fire it, it's not nearly as scary as it used to be. So I'll just let it miss most of its shots, as is its birthright. Meanwhile, I'll set up a good surround, get my infantry into place. I really don't have a lot of urgency on me, because the closer I get, the faster I get closer, the more his sky junk's going to start hitting me. So let's let the flank set up before we get the front line too close for their own good. Is there a war balloon also in there, or what just shot me? I don't know what just shot me.
Closer.
What is shooting at me right now? What's happening? Am I on drugs? Am I missing something? How is that thing aiming at me? Fuck off. Okay, he notices I'm chilling out. He doesn't like that. So now he's coming to play. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's not exactly what I want at this juncture.
Bring me to them.
Back up. Back up just a little bit.
Moving. I desire surroundings.
Try to get some nice free little damage while my forces move in. And this is the problem. I mean, boxes are strong right now, and blobs are strong right now, but one of the problems with a box or a blob or whatever is you cede entire battlefield control to your opponent, so I can't just spend all the time in the world surrounding him and getting off some free Pit of Shades, since he can't force any engagement on me.
For orders to the next victory. Seeking Slanesh's embrace.
Alright,
Closer.
so we're vibing, we're chilling. Longmas are coming. Technically, a sky junk doesn't count as attacking, so he's not attacking right now, so I also don't have to, in which case I'll just sit here and charge up my my Pit of Shades. So, I guess we're both just chill. Fine with him shooting some Marauders, that's pretty okay. Okay, move in, move in, move in. And then let's hit them. You guys come with me. You guys come with me. These guys are all braced, but that won't matter for very much longer as we get this in here. Let's get a fat Pit of Shades down. Now you guys break this guy's charge defense while my cav charges in on him. You guys also charge in here, you guys also charge in here. Big boy just run away for a little bit. Okay, cultists are moving up. We have extra spears in the back. We have these. We do have some furies. These furies need to get out of combat. You guys need to come into combat. You guys come over here. That's a big old thingy that I don't really want to get hit by. So try and dodge it to the best of our ability. We're gonna do this. Try to rampage them into the ground. You guys chase them. You guys chase them. You guys chase them. You guys chase them. Everybody else get away. You guys go fight this. You guys can fight this. Longmas have dove onto the ground. Let's try and kill them quick. Lock them in place with that so they can't move. Kill things, kill things, kill things. Great. Nice job, Exalted Keeper. Now it's time to go. I don't know where you are. Anyway, come over here. Don't really have anything left to Pit of Shades. Looks like there's maybe some Longmas here, but it's too much friendly fire, so I'll just call it. Alright, let's summon here, surround Miao Ying with my elite forces. The Furies are still in the sky. Nope. Pop this, give everybody some vigor. Get the Furies away from those Longmas. Did you get your Demonette summon off? Yes, you did. So surround her with that. This other guy is going to be over here doing that. Kill the Longmas. And either he doesn't use those Longmas at all, or he dives down and leaves the Sky Junk to my mercy. So, not a great option either way. Dodge that. You, come here. Rampage. I think I canceled a cast with a Rampage, I think. Either that or she canceled her shot. Okay. Those guys are landing, so go after the Sky Junk. Nope, it was a bait. It was a bait. He's not actually down.
Flay their minds.
Let's go with me. Hellstriders. Go over here. Hellstriders. Go over here. You Hellstriders. Come over this way. I'm already trying to separate, so I can't really dodge that blob too well because there's nowhere to go. So I have a 550 gold unit of Chaos Furies holding off a Longma Rider just because of the threat of being in the air, so that's pretty good. And there's a Rampage that we need. Dive back, And let's throw a quick Pit of Shades down here just for a little bit of extra damage. You guys come in behind them, really lock them down. Furies, go do your job. And I'm not loving fighting Young and all this stuff, so we will, with the Pit of Shades going, surround that and kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. You start cycle charging. Okay, start cycle charging. So we've almost killed off the Longmas. Those Furies. You got those Longmas wrapped in there. I was like, I swear to God. Okay, you get one more swing and then you're leaving. Killed a lot of stuff. Killed a lot of stuff. That was a pretty good move. Falling from him. Enjoy that. We've killed off the Longma entirely. You here. You guys both continue that. Trying to heal. He's done an attack animation. Cycle charge. You guys continue chasing things that you should have killed already. Rampage and lose melee defense for everybody in this blob. Did my Furies really lose versus the Sky Junk? No, they just lost track of the Sky Junk somehow. Okay. Seems legit. Fuck off, Longmas.
Souls for Slanesh, seeking Slanesh's embrace, drinking pain.
So the Keeper of Secrets is doing your best.
We will hunt.
Okay, we killed off the Longma Rider. Let's fight this. Why aren't you swinging? You need to swing much more. Let's damage her a little bit. Stop her from healing too much. Maybe if she rampages, they'll be lucky, but I extremely doubt it. Unfortunately, okay, the one that's getting damaged is not the one that has my Demonettes on them. Can you guys figure out how to kill one stupid balloon? Pop that balloon, please. Okay.
The pangs of suffering.
Oh my god.
A dark bargain.
Kill one balloon. It's a one balloon.
To safety, guided by hunger. It brings souls.
You guys back off. Get some healing, I guess.
Bring us soul. We submit. The pangs of suffering. Flanks flesh. Closer. Closer.
Keep running. We have a summon in the pocket. How are you guys even losing health versus that thing? Also, how are those health sparges not killing everything? Regardless. Quick charges on the side.
Sealed to our steeds. Endless craving. Pain and despair.
Alright. Trying to get with that.
We flee.
Rampage, everybody. Now that she's rampaging and she can't target you, please, for the love of God, Exalted Keeper, kill Miao Ying. Please kill Miao Ying. Skyjunk's rampaging. It can't Skyjunk harder, I guess. Are you seriously stuck between two rampaging guys that don't have any control and not cycle charging Miao Ying like I told you to? You dumb asshole. Get over there. Get over there right now. Get over there right now. Right now. Hit, hit, hit. That was a decent hit. Hit again. Nope, don't hit again. You're out of time. You're out of time. You're too busy being stupid. Too busy being stupid. Okay. The Furies are still fighting the Skyjunk. Just so you know that that is still happening. Good God. Horned one? Horned one? Skaven? You. What did you just do? Why did you just have a seizure instead of completing your attack? Stupid seizure having son of a bitch. Run, 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 run. Furies, figure it out. Okay. Everybody in here, run away. You, run away. You, give me a summon. Summon, take care of that lady. The lady, the bad dragon lady. Take care of the bad dragon lady. You guys kill that sky junk whenever. Because I love that their whole army is getting these harmony bonuses permanently because you fucking idiots can't do your goddamn job. But I would someday like for them not to get free buffs forever. Oh god, she's turning into a dragon. Great. Kill that thing. How did you lose the charge? You have 40 charge bonus. He is standing perfectly still. Kick his ass. Kick his ass. Kick his ass. Rampage that bitch while she's on the ground. Okay, she has a really big hitbox right now. We have a ton of cavalry. Kill her, kill her, kill her, kill her, kill her. Cast Pit of Shades for fun. Whee! Kill the lady, kill the lady, kill the bad lady. Kill the bad lady. Kill the bad lady. Not you, never you. Kill the fucking sky junk. Kill the bad lady. Kill the bad lady. Kill the bad lady. Please, for the love of God. Kill the bad lady. Kill the bad lady. Oh yes, she's routing while she's on the ground. What? Wait, what? No, what? She doesn't get to unroute that bitch? You don't get to unroute, you fucking animal? What? No, what? That's not a real thing. That's not real. You can't do that. You can't do that. No. What? No. You can't do that. No. I probably could have technically retreated. GG, well played. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. I'll tell him to get a Rinless and him to get a lobby set up. Get a lobby set up with Rinless. I'm checking something. Yes. He messaged me. He said, I think I almost lost that one. Yes, you did. Your lord unrouted while turning human. The bomb drop hummus. Yeah, whatever. Junks are armor. Junks have a ton of health. I wonder if Slanesh. Sky Junk is decent. Yeah, Sky Junk's pretty good. Is Sky Junk any good now? Yes, it's less good since you could do it. Meow and the Terracottas are worth a lot. I really don't agree with the Cathay build here. It's pretty decent against Slanesh. It just relies super heavily on RNG, which was apparently in Spartan's favor. It relies extremely heavily on RNG, though. How on earth is the balance so even? Kiting is so hideous anyway. This seems to go well for Hummus. Also busted. Waddle, it's a flying unit. Okay. Skyjunk any good? Meow Ying. Honestly, Terracotta Sentinels overperform so much. I think they're usually generally pretty worthless, but in this specific blob, they'll be fine. Yes. Okay. Hammond. Bomb drop was the nail in the coffin, I guess. LEC spoilers. Sorry. I'm getting caught up on a million messages while just fast forwarding through the boring parts so I can see that. The bomb drop killed your lord, did it? Okay, so Miao Yang turns into a dragon. For like, wait, literally 1 second. Isn't the cooldown on that shit way longer? Cooldown is 2 minutes. Okay, she turned into a dragon now. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 12 minutes and 45 seconds should be the first time she can undragonify. I rampage her. Remember, 12 minutes and 45 seconds should be the first time she can undragonify. There's no way this takes 2 minutes. I cast a Pit of Shades before. Okay, you shouldn't be able to transform for another minute and 45 seconds. How do you transform? What? You're out of leadership. How are you What? It's been 30 seconds! It's been 30 seconds! Fuck you, you can do that! And then... I swore I saw the flag go over her head. Routing! She's routing! She's fucking routing! 100%! And then she just comes back! And then... What?! You can't do that! What is that shit? What the fuck is that? The cooldown to go in and out are different, I think. Okay. Alright, and then supposedly the bomb drop kills this lady, according to Hammond, which would also be pretty funny. I think she's already dead. She's already gone into like a death animation. Yeah, she already died before the bomb drop happened. That was some shit. That was some utter shit. That was fucking wild. Oh my god. I'll cast that replay separately. The only thing I'm checking now, and I know we have to move on with the tournament, I told the players to make a lobby, do their picks and bans, and build their armies. They're doing stuff. They are doing stuff right now. I just have to find out what the fuck. Okay. Start this. Fast forward. So the cooldown is 120 seconds. The start of the game is 30 seconds. Fine. Pew. Dragon form. 30 seconds. Okay, it's only 30 seconds there. So that part wasn't bullshit. It was just silly. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. I didn't know that the dragon cooldown was different than the human cooldown. Okay. So that part was fine. The salt. The salt in my blood. Oh my god. I am a very salty lad. Spartan, I need a spec slot, by the way. That's so funny, dude. That's... Fuck, man! I had that shit. Your mic keeps cutting out? Sorry. It's probably because I'm being too loud. I'm sorry. Just got back. Who's winning? Sippy, you missed the best game of all time. I would rewatch it. Your vid's bad. Just got back. Who's winning? Sippy, you missed the best game of all time. Bomb drop on the... For like, wait, literally... Hold on, sorry, I'm listening to... You guys figure out how to kill one stupid balloon. Pop that balloon, please. Yeah, my mic doesn't like it when I get super loud. Also, I need a spectate slot. Spartan went AFK for 5, he said. Okay. Nope. Running. We have a summon in the pocket. A lot of stuff. How are you guys even losing health versus that thing? Also, how are those Hell Scourgers not killing everything? Harder, I guess. Are you seriously stuck? I'm just listening to see if my mic's instead of completing your attack. Stupid seizure having son of a bitch. Run. Furious, figure it out. Okay. Everybody in here, run away. You, run away. You, give me a summon. Summon, take care of that lady. The lady, the bad dragon lady, take care of the bad dragon lady. You guys kill that sky junk whenever, because I love that their whole army is getting these harmony bonuses permanently, because you fucking idiots can't do your goddamn job. But I would someday like for them not to get free buffs forever. Oh god, she's turning into a dragon. Great. Kill that thing. How did you lose the charge? You have 40 charge bonus. He is standing perfectly still. Kick his ass. Kick his ass. Kick his ass. Rampage that bitch while she's on the ground. Okay, she has a really big hitbox right now. We have a ton of cavalry. Kill her. Cast their shades for fun. Whee! Kill the lady. Kill the bad lady. Kill the bad lady. Not you. Never you. Kill the fucking sky jump. Kill the bad lady. Kill the bad lady. Please, for the love of God. Kill the bad lady. Oh yeah, she's routing most of the ground. Wait, what? No, what? She doesn't get to unroute? That bitch? You don't get to unroute, you fucking animal? What? No, what? That's not a real thing. That's not real. You can't do that. You can't do that. No. What? No. It sounds fine to me. I mean, I can hear me. No. I probably could have taken lead. Yeah, it seems fine to me. Kill the bad. Seems fine. So I don't know why my mic's cutting out for you, Cyrus. I don't know. Sure. Sorry. Oh, God. I vaguely remember Milk and Cookies mentioning healing cap for human and dragons are also separate, which is BS. Ooh, that would be something to know. Spartan did. Second game was weapon grade BS, though. Yeah, that's literally what we were just listening to. It was hilarious. So for anybody, like, I know I've said it a lot, but for anybody just coming in and out of the stream and stuff, that game, what happened that I found so funny and I needed to rewatch a bunch of times is his lord routed while a dragon, then turned into a human while routing, and the human came out with tons of leadership, so she was unrouted and then killed my lord and won the entire game. What if hypothetically Hummus had won the game? Then it would have been game 3 and we would have kept going, obviously. Obviously! That was pretty funny. It's worth it for the content, though. Like, I would rather lose a game like that and have content for days than win a boring game. Healing cap is separate for dragon and human form. That is super wild. Sorry, my brother's typing to me about some stuff. Human boy can't roll above a 10 when the RNG matters. It wasn't normal. That's why I was freaking out. Yeah. God damn it. I feel like I've asked you this before and I'm gonna forget again. Is it Tien or Thien? I'm gonna go Thien for now. Anyway, Thien. Fuck, Matt. Mr. Vu. Mr. Vu, you've been around the stream for a long time. You've been around forever. Would you have it any other way, sir? Would you watch this stream if everything went as intended? Would you watch this stream if... Play the inspirational music. Would you watch this stream if all of my units hit all of their attacks? Would you watch this stream if all of my units went where I told them to go? Would you watch this stream, sir? If my units could kill routing units, I say no. I say no. I think the only reason this channel has a brand at all is that we fucking suck at rolling digital dice. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Why did we go to the moon? It's because our RNG wanted us to go from Mars, but then we rolled low and we landed on the moon for gas. Why did we beat the Russians to the moon? Same reason, but they actually went all the way to Jupiter. They found some aliens. They were all killed. It's Tien. Got it, Tien. I'm sorry for screwing that up, Mr. Vu. More JFK things. Alright, well, RNG is just pseudo-random. This is why D&D group had 3 crit misses in a row last fight. Actually, dude, me too! Me too. Just this morning, I was playing with Bob Tresh, and Felix from the dreaded clan RTK. And Felix, well, we have if you drink some wine, it's a homebrew kind of. It's kind of a homebrew, but I have wine as like a consumable that you can get to reroll dice. Felix rolled a 1, popped some wine, rolled a 1, popped some wine, and rolled a 2, and he took the 2 because it wasn't going to hurt his party. It's silly. I would watch if you stopped singing. No. So the leadership penalties beyond the missing HP are just gone, I guess. The Paladin Ratman. Yeah. Well, the Paladin Ratman campaign hasn't started yet, but this one's one that I'm DMing, and yeah, no, it was real unfortunate. It's, you know, things have gone wrong when after 2 rerolls he gets a 2 and is like, an improvement. I'm excited for the Paladin Ratman campaign. I should message Josh and tell him hurry up. Alright, I changed the names. Yes, I did. Where are we at? Where are we at in the stream, ladies and gentlemen? We are on to semifinals. Oop. That hasn't been reported yet. Spartan with the fat 2-0. He's fighting Rinless in the semifinals right now. Trader, GG, and Bobman are in the top of the semifinals. I think they're already fighting. I didn't tell them to wait for me because there's a lot of stuff going on today, and just we generally like to get through games. So one of them will be in the finals for whoever wins this fine best of 3. So we have 2 best of 3s left for the day. I think it's been a good stream. I think it's been a banger. I've been having fun. I hope you have. Viewership's been actually kind of insane for us. For me, like, hitting 40 viewers is insane. For most people, hitting 40 viewers is easy. But you know what? We'll take the win. We'll take the fat dub. We need that. If you drink some wine, it's homebrew is probably a prison toilet. I have a player in group who rolled 4 straight natural 20s. Oh, God. Do you have the rule where if someone rolls 3 natural 20s in a row, a deity gets involved and does something cool, or is that not a thing? I don't remember. Because in high school, when I was playing Dungeons & Dragons in high school, that was a thing, but that was my first campaign, so I don't know if that was, like, just a DM rule or if that was actually legit. Anyway. You rolled double nat 20s as the DM. That's brutal, TN. Because, like, I don't know about you, but when I DM, I'm usually on the party's team. Like, I'm trying to help them get through something, and then I'm rolling really high, and I look at them and just shake your head, and you're like, I'm so sorry. So their pet Velociraptor did like 50 in a round. I don't. Oops. All right, we're going to cast this game. We're focusing. GGX Spartan. On Cathay, it looks like they're the... Well, what Cathay are they? Yeah, white Cathay. They're fine. I like yellow. We have a Dragon-Blooded Shugendan of Yin with the Ancestral Warrior Summon, Talons of Night, and it looks like Missile Reflect? No, Storm of Shadows, just a slow. Cool. We have 1 Terracotta Sentinel in the back. We have a cannon, a bunch of Peasant Long Spearmen. We do have Jade Warrior Crossmen with shields. Looks like 4 of them. We have a front line of Jade Warriors, not with halberds. 1 Jade Lancer on the side, and another on the other side. Perfect. For Kislev, we have Carsfight Dervishes, 3 of them in a rough flank for Rinless. Yes, he showed me this build, and I've been running with this build a lot too because it's so good. So this is Rinless's build. 2 Wing Lancers, a bunch of armored Kossars, Kossars as well. And in the back he has Kossars with spears. He has 1 Patriarch, 1 Streltsy, and an Ice Witch of Ice with Heart of Winter and the Snowflake Pendant and Guardian's Call. But this build's really good. Really good. I felt super confident as Cathay into Kislev until Rinless took this build against me, and then I had to completely rethink how I play this. And now it's kind of even, but it's very good. I like this a lot. House rules with the runner 20s is fun, but not part of the books. I see. I have a player who's pretty unlucky when I DM. I kind of always crit him for huge damage. That's fucking brutal. I had to go to work for the Nurgle vs. Nurgle Mirror, so I'm assuming it's the only game that's passed so far. Dude, Dominic, rewind. Go watch the last game that happened. It is worth it, I promise. Then come back. It is worth it. Sentinel compulsory for Cathay. Not sure I like it versus Kislev. I also think it's just going to get shot in the face, but Spartan specifically loves the Sentinels. We talked about it a lot. Shungite Lord. No Barriets? Strange. Yeah, Rinless cuts him for this build. He just goes super wide. Person never runs Sentinels. Not a fan personally. I prefer my Wall of Jade Warriors, Armors, and Cannons ban. Yeah, I find Sentinels are usually a little lackluster. Which, again, someone in the last game would say, well, they beat you! And I'm like, yes, they are heavily RNG reliant, and if you watch that game... Should they have beaten me? Should they... No, we're not going back. We are going forward. We're not going back. But I mean... I personally never run Sentinels. Yeah. Dude, it was such a funny game. It was such a funny game. Anyway, we're off to the races. Cannon's gonna poke. It doesn't have a lot of great targets, so maybe shoot at the Patriarch or, yes, the Ice Witch, because she is on a horse. If she's on foot, you're gonna miss a lot, but on horse you can actually get some decent damage. I'm surprised I haven't seen the D&D groups getting formed for Warhammer players. Yeah. That's fair. We have one, but it's not like streamed or anything. We're just having some fun. Some fun with the homies. Ice Witch is going to dodge out the last of the cannon shots. Sneak away, but our armored Kosar she was standing right in front of. Don't get that. Watch that game after the stream. It's super funny. Maybe use Sentinel and Dom, but on land. Well, ours has a Warhammer 40k side hustle, too. Oof. Oof. Anyway, Kosovo dervishes just standing ominously close to the spear lines, but not quite committing yet. Now they're going to, and Jade Lancers are going to countercharge the dervishes over here. I think Rinless is just going to force path past them and get onto the Jade Warrior Crossbow, the shields, and the cannons. The crossbows, the shields, I don't know how much damage he's going to do. We'll see. They have pretty high armor, and 24 melee defense is nothing to scoff at after your charge wears off. And over here, he's pretty much just trying to knock the cannon off of its mounts and hope that the bug takes over and he can't remount them, which would be pretty good for him. There's Warhammer D&Ds, there are people out there. I never played land battle. Domination got me into multiplayer. I feel like I'm playing tabletop, but even better. Well, that's good, dude. I'm glad you're enjoying Domination mode. It is a fun mode. It's not my favorite to cast, but I like to cast it a couple times. It's just not my favorite. That doesn't mean I hate it. Anyway, Wing Lancers on the far side waiting to charge down, but since the front line is not halberds at all, I think cycle charging might be effective here for Windless, especially now that these guys have turned their back to you. A rear charge could be very good. Cannons are getting routed. Meanwhile, both the dervishes that are in here have popped their unbreakable passives, and a big old blob is forming in the backfield. Something's getting cast right here. I don't know what it is. Is it Storm of the Night? In which case it got stopped. The Streltsy stopped, so they're not going to get caught in that. So that's unfortunately a waste of Winds of Magic from the Cathay side. Heart of Winter. Ooh, if that had been cast over here, I'm sure it was out of range. I'm positive it was out of range. But imagine if that Heart of Winter was cast right here. Wouldn't that be just brutal? Anyway, Wing Lancers for Endless do have to get a little more active. They have to run up here and get some rear charges while these other Kosovo dervishes are dying. Because currently these dervishes are dying for nothing, since there's no punish on the other side. But the Kislev ranged lines are set up, and now they get to fire in to their heart's content. Cannons are not able to counterfire them. Heart of Winter took out one of the crossbowmen, so it's really down to 2 crossbowmen to outshoot all of these Kislevites is roughly the plan. So it just shoots in. Mostly played from friends with college. My other DM in the groups is in grad school, so I stuck as DM for a while. Sorry, Coops. This Ice Witch is not having a great time, so she'll probably want to get out of here soon, but neither is the Dragon-Blooded Shugenin of Yin, and Kislev is very far ahead on the balance of power already. Huh. Good for them. I'm imagining this little kitty will want to go hunt down that lady as quickly as possible. That or some of these Wing Lancers need to go over there. Someone needs to chase her off the map, because she's actually pretty close to the edge if you can just stay on her, but she will rally. It's appearing that nothing can actually chase her. Otherwise, from that, you're seeing the benefits of this build. It's just so much ranged firepower. You actually outshoot Cathay, and then by the time they start to walk into you, they take a ton of fire, and yada yada. These Streltsy specifically are going to hunt that Sentinel, really give it some guff as it charges in. No Kislev Chariots blasphemy. There's a Warhammer Fantasy RPG out there. Yes, my friends play it. The ones I played Age of Empires with, not the ones that I play campaign in this with. Damnation Z and Lord Bacchus. They play a Warhammer RPG. I play it sometimes. It's not my favorite game mode in general, so I play it more for their company and hanging out with my friends than I do for enjoyment of the game, if you know what I mean. It's fine. And it's not a bad system when I look at it. It's just not for me. So, like, I'm not trying to dock it. If you're like, oh, I like it. Yeah, you're allowed to. I just don't like it as much. Games Workshop, a ton of smaller scale games, shorter than D&D, D&D style Warhammer, yes. Cathay got Last Samurai? They did. And that kind of works, though that'd be more of a Nippon thing. Anyway, lots of fire coming in. Sorry, there was a lag spike, so I decided to just read chat for a little bit. But these Kossars are firing bows into our big boy, as are the Streltsy. There's no healing. Now there's no Miao Yang, but a Storm of Shadows, Talons, Knights. Storm of Talons, Knights, Shadows. Talon, Storm of Talon, Shadow, Knight, Talons is going to shut them down. Talons of Night. Fuck! I can never remember that one. I wouldn't be surprised if they had to pop their Unbreakable passive soon. But on the other end of it, they'll probably rally anyway, so they're not going anywhere. Cathay is scrapping back very well. Bounce power is inching closer and closer to even. But there is an Ancestral Warrior summon on the map, so that might be actually affecting it quite heavily. If the Ice Witch can somehow beat the Dragon-Blooded Shugenin of Yin, that is such a long name. I'm going to call you Shugs. If the Ice Witch can beat Shugs, or if they can just shoot Shugs down, then at least that leadership spike would be good for them, and no more magic would mean Kislev can probably clinch this out. But with all this ranged firepower that you surround Cathay and you outshoot them, that means you're probably not going to beat them in melee anymore, which is where Cathay's clawing back into this game, because everything they get into melee should probably win. Quick little Heart of Winter is going to do some damage to some Jade Warriors, poke the peasants a little bit more as they get them off of these Armored Corsairs, but that just means the Armored Corsairs can shoot you as you run away. You love doing that. I have not played Pathfinder. Is it good? The only blasphemy here is the lack of fire rain rockets. Yes. I digress. Shooting through the lag. Just trying to brace. So what does Cathay have? Now that their Ancestral Warriors have faded, the balance of power also doesn't like them very much. They have an extremely wounded Terracotta Sentinel, extremely wounded Lord, 1 full health Jade Warriors, couple peasants that are pretty healthy, and 1 Jade Warrior Crossman with shields who's currently in melee combat with a bunch of Winged Lancers. We also have Winged Lancers fighting Jade Lancers next to Patriarch. It might be the fat GG. It might. Phone notification? Wait, I had one? Oh shit, I did. My bad. Could have sworn I heard a Snapchat notification, thought it was mine. I'm sorry, I was in the middle of the game, I blacked out, I couldn't hear the outside world. Another Talons of Storm Knight are killing off one of those Armored Corsairs. But it's not really doing that much damage when it's not overcasted. Like, it's doing okay, but it's very expensive. How much is that spell? 14 if not overcasted. Yeah. Jade Warrior is getting shot from 2 different directions? Yes, those guys are charging. And this might be over. It's looking pretty bad for the forces of Cathay, because the Shugi, I'm going to call her Shugi, Shugi's getting murdered by some horses. Boop, boop, 85 health, boop, boop, probably down to about 23. I'm placing my bets on 23 health. Come on, hit her. Hit her down to 23, make my bet right. 20! Fuck, that was close. I was close. And then she dies. And as soon as she dies, Cathay surrenders. GG. GG. I like the options it gives for character creation. I love character creation. That's why I'm okay with most... I'm the type of player that if my character dies, it's pretty okay, because then I get to make a new one. Oh, dude, look at that. 200 value on the Terracotta Sentinel. It's rough if he doesn't have chariots to fight. Crossmen did fine. Jade Warriors did not very much, and Peasant Long Spearmen actually did okay. The other side, Farinless 1k on the Lord. Patriarch on a Bear got almost 200 value, so you didn't really do very much. Wing Lancers did great. Streltsy did fine. Armored Cossars did okay. Cossars with Spears did well. Cossars without Spears did great. And Dervishes did honestly okay, considering that they mostly got thrown in to immediately die. They still got good value back. Cool, cool. Alright, let's give Rinless his point, and then I really have to go to the bathroom. Or I might die. Gonna be interesting when all the old factions get in the game and see how the blind picks go. Yeah. I still want to play my Thrycreen Scion in it. As a forever DM, I have a way to. Backup characters. Alright, I'll be right back. Did I miss anything? How are we doing? Only 200 values. What happens when a D&D character dies? Do you make a new level 1 character playing catch-up? I never understood that. Someone who never played D&D. Depends on the group. It depends on the group, as everyone's saying, but usually I find it the most fun to just give somebody a character that's roughly of the level of everybody else. Roughly. And, you know, depending on who it is, you give them a different backstory, right? So, like, if you wanted to play a wood elf and you guys are in, like, the mines of Moria, so you're fighting goblins and you're helping some dwarves. Let's just make up that scenario. And somebody dies and they want to play a wood elf in their next campaign. Well, you probably don't say, like, a wood elf just walks into the room because it's like, why the fuck are you here? But you could have it as, like, you know, your backstory is that the goblins or whatever traded you. So, like, a different entire orc tribe raided the forests of Lothern or whatever, and then captured you, sold you across a couple places. You've seen almost every greenskin tribe from here to the Mines of Moria. We're merging Warhammer and Lord of the Rings for this example. I don't give a shit. And then you ended up in a jail cell, and the party, like, rescues you. So it could be, like, an entire encounter is split, and you start off in a cell, and the party starts off wherever, and then you end up meeting up, right? So sometimes it's organic, like that. Yeah. Oh, I'm tired. This has been an energetic stream. General role for my group is handle it however the player wants. They can roll a new PC if they want. Yeah. It's player agency is pretty good. Just giving them the options to do what they need to do. Our finals is ready. Bobman did beat Trader GG. So he's ready to fight whoever. Can Rinless avenge his fallen comrade, or will Spartan mount the comeback? And then, I don't know. I don't really have a narrative set up for Spartan versus Bobman. No. I'll think of one before then. Will GGX defeat RTK as the top clan? So here's Gob, his secret twin brother. Dude, Grace and I play Pandemic Legacy, and when we were playing Season 2 and you had all these, like, specific characters. Okay, sorry, I got a message that was interesting. Platty bug. Anyway, I digress. What were we talking about? Chat, tell me what I was going to tell you. Anyway, the thing I was going to tell you was, what were we talking about? Twin. Was it about a twin? Yes? No? I got distracted. I forgot where I was. Fuck. Changed race 4 times. No, it wasn't about that. It was something about those twins. It was about the twin thing. No! I lost it. It's gone. It's gone forever. It was campaign. Okay. Don't know. It's gone forever. Fuck it. I don't care anymore. So what are we doing here? It looks like Cathay versus Khorne. It looks like Spartan's been switching around stuff, but Cathay versus Khorne is probably the best matchup into Cathay you can get, so this should kind of be Khorne favored. But I'm curious, because Rinless had a Cathay build he wanted to show me, and now would be a good time. So I'm excited. Yeah, and that's about what he said it would be. As close to tabletop D&D as a video game can be. That's true. I feel like D&D itself... Bear with me. I don't think D&D itself is that fun. I think it's largely based on the group you have. Right. I don't think I'd play like a solo person D&D campaign. I think it's mostly about chilling with your friends and having a good time and having some laughs. One thing I haven't done, and I kind of want to do, is play serious D&D. Because all my groups have been a little silly or a little casual, which is fine. But I think it would be interesting once to like deep dive into role-playing it. You know what I mean? Like deep dive into mechanics, deep dive into taking it a little bit seriously, not like fucking around. And I like my fuck around campaigns, but I just want to try this other thing. And by mechanics, I don't mean like metagame it that much. That's not exactly what I was going for, but I meant more like, you know, actually the opposite of metagaming it, but just do what your character would think you'd do in the moment. So like, if someone's in trouble, you could say, well, optimally, I let them go down and then come back and pick them up later and like go do this thing to this boss and do the most damage possible. And I'm like, yeah, but what do you feel like you should do? It's already been in early access for a while. I'd give it at least 12 months. Are you talking about Baldur's Gate 3? No D&D is better than bad D&D, but D&D with friends is great. True. 5th edition is best at being a celebrity and easy to learn. Yeah. We're into the game. We are into the game. Cathay versus Khorne. So Renless likes to go wide. Oh, okay. That conversation doesn't pertain to me. Renless likes to go wide here. I personally don't see the benefit, and he wanted to show me how this build works. So I am quite curious. But to me, if you go if you go wide versus Khorne, you just give them stuff to kill, and therefore they can get their army passives and then beat you a little harder. And also I found that Khorne's dog spam can really wreck wide Cathay. So I'm a little worried about that. I'm going to study the dice throw so I can always nat 20 and one-shot dragons. Got him. I see the screen blocker. I see. I got it. It's just after the delay. Anyway. For Khorne and Cathay. Let's start with Khorne. For Khorne, we have Exalted Bloodletters. Really? Aren't they just going to get shot? I feel like those guys are just going to get shot. Chaos Warriors with halberds, Chaos Warriors, Chaos Warriors, Chaos Warriors, Chaos Warriors with halberds, and more Exalted Bloodletters. We have triple Fleshhounds of Khorne, 1 Fury, a Herald, and his double cultists. Both have summons, and the Herald just has his melee attack buffs. On the other side, for Cathay of Renless, we have Jade Warriors with halberds across the entire front line. We have Jade Warrior Crosswomen in the secondary. Peasant Longspears in the back, double cannon to harass the advance. We do have Astromancer with Thunderbolt, and Dragon-Blooded Shugi. We have a Shugi of Yin with Ancestral Warrior Summon and Talons of Nightstorm Darkness. And 2 Peasant Horsemen just to block. Played a bit of 3.5, but the math side kind of disliked the flaws. I loved intimidating a dragon with my I think I played 3.5 when I was in high school. Taking over the mind of a king grants a level of power you can't measure. I imagine that's pretty fucking impressive. So Spartan's gonna get shot the entire time. Not have really a good go of it. And he's just going to see if he has enough troops left over when he hits him. I think his dog should flank pretty heavily. I don't think they should stay with the army at all, but we'll see. Outnumbered 2-1. Oof, Khorne. Cannons firing. And poking. And poking. Ow! Wee! That was a really nice hit. That was a really nice hit. That did a lot. Start calling the Dragon-Blooded Imric's brothers. But they're female, right? I think they're all female. Yeah, they're female. Sounds broken. It's first in the order properly. Wizards are. I haven't played a lot of Wizards in Dungeons and Dragons. I don't usually find Magic that entertaining for me to play. Slow advance with a slight amount of lag, so we'll be here for just a hot minute. I will steeple my fingers and lean back and think. Thinking. I currently, in a different campaign, I'm DMing. It is in the Warhammer universe, but it plays by bastardized homebrew rules. We have an orc that just like tames every beast he come across. So he has 2 boars, he has a squig, and he tamed a cow, like just a cow. And he tamed a riding wolf, for like a goblin wolf rider type wolf, but for a human that was in his party. But then that player switched characters at some point, so that guy with his wolf fucked off. But it's just this ever-growing horde of greenskin type monsters that he keeps talking to, I guess. Run, demons, run towards the cannonballs. Imric's mounts. I mean, elves are not promiscuous, because they're not all like sluts, but elves have no problem with banging other races, so maybe. Maybe. War cow. Nah, they use it to pull their cart around. They wanted a beast of burden, and they were just like, there's a cow over there. Buck, go talk to it. And he went over there, and he was like, hi, cow. And then the cow liked him, so. He's the world's best animal trainer, and he's a freaking orc. They also came across an ogre with a bear at one point, and I think he wanted to steal the bear from the ogre, but never went through with it. Anyway, we're getting into the front line. These dogs and these Furies are a little too far out on the flank. They do need to come in here and help out, otherwise Khorne's just going to take too much damage and lose the game. Which is looking a little likely right now. Ancestral Warriors are thrown out as just a free little... Not free, obviously the summon costs Winds of Magic, but like, kill these instead of my Jade Warriors, so the Jade Warriors will still be here later. And this happens to Bloodletters all the time, which is why I still don't really understand why to take them, but they're getting fucked up. This one's at half health, and remember, that's 600 gold value missing from that unit. That's 900, maybe 1,000 gold value missing from that unit. It's really brutal. Matchup players. Beasts of Burden is a good Rolling Stones song. Sorry, I had a stroke there. Khorne finally hits the front line. He's going to summon some more Bloodletters. Now, once they're past the front line, they're going to do a lot of great damage to these Jade Warrior Crossmen, but Peasant Horsemen are going to run in and try and push them off. Fleshhounds of Khorne are also coming in pretty good. Oof. Exalted Bloodletters died with 0 damage value. Ah! Yeah. The Shungite Lord looks human. Imric's disgusted. Mama Marathi scares me. Mama Marathi scares everybody. I think Rinless is off to a pretty good victory at this point. I mean, Khorne's just taking a lot of damage. His Bloodthirsters are all dying pretty badly. These 2 summons will fade. These Furies are about to start disintegrating, because they always do if they take any damage. Other than that, everything's very wounded, and the dogs are just now starting to get into the back line. They probably should have been out ahead of their contemporaries, because the only cavalry was the Peasant Horsemen, and they would lose super hard to Fleshhounds. Ancestral Warrior summoned. Also just trying to take some of the heat off, fight these single entity characters. Are they doing work versus Khorne? Well, I never. Yeah, I don't love this Khorne build. I think the dogs were played a little bit too passively. Because one of the big things I've noticed is that Exalted Bloodthirsters, that's right, the big one, the not Scarbrand that can fly. Those guys have almost solo carried against my last couple times I've played this matchup as Cathay. I just can't deal with him. He's very good, has a lot of agency. The Herald and Double Cultist, they're just having a really hard time getting in here. They've taken good damage. They haven't done very much. It's tough. I do think this is kind of over. Both the Bloodletters summons are gone. All of the archers are now rallying. Flesh hounds. Oh, and the cannons didn't even bug. So the cannons are back online. They can also fire, and that's it. Good try, Spartan. Good try. We're on to our finals. Bobman versus Rindless. 288 value, 81 and 0. I don't believe in him. I don't believe in him. I can't believe in him. Look at him. Chaos Warriors got more value, but also just died horrifically. Cultists did okay. Flesh Hounds did great. I think you should spam as many of those as possible versus Cathay. And Furies died. Yin Lord did okay. Just summoned 2 things. Cannons did well. Halberds held. They didn't have to do much more. Crossmen did okay. Peasant Horsemen held. They didn't have to do much more. And Peasant Spearmen did fine. Chaos Corruption. Yes. Okay. Host battle. It's finals. It's finals. I don't see any problem with that. Okay. Let's find our people. Renless. And Bobman. I'll go set the map. And then I'll fix the thingies. I'll go fix the player names. Renless is in the same spot since he's in the second thing. And Bobman is in the first. One best of 3 left. Who will win, ladies and gentlemen? Who will win? Bobman, the dreaded MVP himself, winner of many things, recently has beaten Void Lulls in a tournament much like this and then ended up winning the whole thing. Frickin' Bobman. Or Rinless. The young upstart. The Chad and Plaid. I don't know who to root for. They're both pretty cool. Years. Going with that theory, being an elf could have been a pack-a-day smoker for thousands of years. Imagine the multiplayer scene will be reinvigorated when Mortal Empire strikes. Yeah. A lot of people are waiting for Mortal Empires. Which is tricky, right? It's tricky. Because the patch, even the patch was like, it might be months, it might be years. Which I don't know if the game can survive in this state for years, obviously. Because I think Dactor was talking about it before. But one of the problems, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, is I don't think, even if your game was pristine, even if no bugs, even if everything felt good, even if, I don't think that these 7 factions are particularly interesting. I don't. A lot of games end up in blobs. A lot of games end up in... Rinless is LS? Oh yeah, he is. He's just not wearing the tag. I'll put it up there. Anyway, a lot of the games end up in blobs. It's very RNG reliant because single entities are so strong that you just have to use them and hope that they hit their hits. The game isn't really built for... And Warhammer 2 wasn't either. I'm not trying to put on rose-tinted glasses and say, Warhammer 2 had everything perfect. But it's like, with no range, really, like, Cathay has range, Kislev has range, but they just tend to Chariot Blob, and everybody else mostly just relies on melee. You rely on melee, and the melee is janky in a lot of ways. Like we saw my Exalted Keeper of Slanesh or whatever in that game versus the double Terracottas. Like, there were so many times where she charged, and she's like, I'm coming in, and then like 2 feet away from her opponent, she'll be like, I'm coming, And it's like, no. What were you doing? Finish the charge. You got to finish the whole charge animation or some shit like that. There's a video I have coming out where my patriarch is behind a terracotta sentinel that does a charging attack forward away from him and hits him when they're not even connected and it's swinging the other direction, right? And that shit's been in here since Warhammer 2. But when your entire game relies on what's arguably your weakest aspect, it's going to be janky. Right? And that's how I feel. It's also weird that, like, many people have said this over and over again, that the is okay, mate. Rinless is very good. You beat me. All right. Sorry, I was responding to Spartan stuff. So what was I talking about? The game 2. Oh yeah. The weird part is that, like, they had different teams for game 2 and game 3. That's been pretty much confirmed at this point. Torox's animations are incredible. Incredible. Broken even, but, like, really well done. I'm trying to think of the other game 2 lords towards the end. Oxyotl's good. His functionality is pretty good. Crap. Who else? Sisters of Twilight are good. Throt sucks. So I guess that's not a great point. But anyway, the same people, like, game 3 ends up being just a bunch of single entity blobs that rely entirely on melee. And for some reason, whatever genius coded, and I'm not being sarcastic for once, whatever genius coded Torox, so that Torox and Doombull's animations are just beautiful and they're perfect in melee, had nothing to do with game 3, and now we get, like, a bunch of jank-ass fights, and it's like, okay. If every character in game 3 was as efficient in animations and, like, clean as Torox was, it would be a little more exciting. Right? Because Torox was really good for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons was his animations were way better than everybody else in the game. So it would be nice if that continued forward. Like, every character from now on had Torox crispness, but they don't. And that's kind of where we're at. Anyway, I digress. Drycha! Yeah, Drycha's pretty good. Doomsage is just saying Warhammer 2 was perfect, idiot. Imagine how many DLCs will just Chaos require to have some decently wide rosters. I don't know how they're going to stay, like, original for that long. You would beat me a bunch better than Mash Eyes. Well, don't sell yourself short. Semis is good. Yeah. Spartan, if you're out there, you played well today, dude. You played well. Don't beat yourself up. Remember when AoE spells were bugged? Yeah. I'm not saying that 2 is perfectly designed. Again, I was just saying that, like, Torox was the last DLC for 2, and that DLC fucked up a lot of things, but one thing it did very well was the new models were insane at melee combat. Anyway. We have a Shugi of Yang. She has only the fire, the Dragon's Breath. Then we have an Astromancer with just Thunderbolt. Double cannon again for Rinless. Looks like 5 Peasant Spearmen, 2 Peasant Horsemen, a front line of Jade Warriors with Halberds, and we have triple Jade Warrior Crossmen with shields. Okay, that's pretty good. Murph's here! Murph is the clan head, the clan poobah of LS. And Adelmo's here. Adelmo, I don't know what you would call yourself for RTK, but fatherly figure of RTK. Alright, so we're getting some clan hype. Anyway, front line is armored Kossars, secondary line is Zargard. In the back we have armored Kossars with great weapons and armored Kossars. We have a double Bariat Blob, heavy war sleds instead of light. They were proven to do a lot more damage in recent testing. And Patriarch and Tsarina Katerin with her Heart of Winter. Isn't game 3 just mid-game 2, I guess? Game 3 is game 2 exactly, but also covered in garbage. Build or micro? Last game, dogs needed to be more aggressive at flank. And I don't like blood letters. Just get shot. Okay. Eagle animations still anger me whenever I use them in campaign. I have never used eagles very much, so I cannot attest to that. Regardless, I will stop getting distracted by personal messages. I will stop. I refuse to be distracted any further from messages of this kind. Sirs and madams. And we are off. Yeah. It's fine. Cathay shooting cannons down into Kislev. And they're dragon-blooded Shugenon of Yang. I think she's trying to poke a little bit, but it seems like she's taking a lot of damage as well. Merfolorf, don't even compare them. You'll have tears on your hands. Well, on my hands, but on your conscience. Love those Cathay cannons. Yeah, the cannon animations, like these bullets are just so cool now. Nice little cast from the Yang caster. Just trying to harass Bobman on the front. Bobman's taking his time, keeping his chariots that could get shot by the cannons and his characters back on the tree, as well as infantry advance, and they will charge at the last possible second, catching up in moments because they are much, much faster. That is one of, if you're looking for ways to get better at the game, one of them is patience, and I'm still really bad at it, but knowing when your units have to move to catch up to everybody else is huge. Huge! So they don't have to take free poke. Because cannons would infinitely prefer to shoot these chariots than some Zargard. As you can see, they're not very good at hitting Zargard. They shoot over them all the time. Nice 2-for-1 shot. Some Zargard and armored Kossars getting hit by the caster of Yang. Shugi. I need to remember that. It's much easier to say than the dragon-blooded Shugenon Lord of Yang. Crossmen firing in. Front line is expanding a little bit. Pretty soon they'll be out of their yin and yang range, so that could be problematic, but Renless doesn't just want to sit here and get shot for free, so he does have to move up. Tids Demonin showing up. Go Bobman. I've watched them give Patriarchs a chariot mount. Soon. It's coming. It's coming. Alright, we have a Thunderbolt cast coming in. Bobman is going to try to dodge it, and it looks like it'll just tickle the backside, but he does dodge it pretty effectively. More Breath Attacks coming in. Cathay is just spamming out spells, but on the far side, the heavy war sleds loom. Ominous and oppressive. Now, thankfully, these are Jade Warriors with Halberds and Peasant Longspearmen, so they have Charge Reflect. If they can brace for the charge, they won't take nearly as much damage, but Chariots can be extremely damaging regardless by just pulling through everything constantly. I am kind of curious how they're going to do on that charge, because charging straight into Jade Warriors with Halberds generally doesn't go very well for anything large, so I'm going to watch for a second. And a cannon gets a nice double hit onto Bobman's sleds, and now the sleds are really trying to get in there. And they take, like, no damage, and they're dealing damage to the Jade Warriors with Halberds. Alright, so Chariots are very balanced. Very balanced. Sure, they didn't do nearly as much damage to the Halberds as they normally would, i.e. check out that guy's health bar in about a second. But still, getting through it without any problem is it's a bit tough. Bobman throws down the Blob disincentive spell. Heart of Winter is going to hurt all these Cathay units that are piling in to try and stop these Chariots from moving around. The Chariots are just going to ignore the cannons for now. It doesn't look like it do too much to them, but instead it's just going to wreck these Peasant Longspearmen. And it looks like maybe try to hit the Jade Warrior Crossmen on the retreat. Bears are now going to hit these Halberds from behind. They are not charge braced, so they're probably going to take 75 million kajillion damage and die horrendously. Balance power is about even. I think Kislev is slightly in the favor, because now they've advanced enough that they're actually in the melee. They don't have to worry too much about anything else. Side charge onto some Jade Warriors does get a bit stifled as the Bears kind of clump up, but they are going to immediately go over here and hurt some more things. Ouch. So how's Cathay doing? They're losing some cannons on the far side. Infantry's beating up their infantry. Their Lord is still very healthy, and they're casting lots of spells, but there's still plenty of Zargard left. This cannon's about to be compromised. You can't even manual fire it to try and get some up-close damage. Yeah, I think at this point Kislev will win the grind. Cathay has picked more than you expected. They're actually super good in land battles. Gimboy just take nothing but 90 speed cav and zoom over everyone all the time. Gotcha. Yes. Sleds run straight through Halberds. They shouldn't. They should take a lot of damage for that. Cathay's fine land battles. They suck hard in domination, though. This is true. What's Poggy? Oh, pass. Sorry. PWD is Poggy Woggy Doggy. Merfolorf loves that. Anyway. I got distracted for a moment. I'm back watching a bunch of chariots charge over a bunch of other stuff for 35 years. Meanwhile, these cannons are strangely hanging on, but not for very much longer. They will get pushed off. How are we doing on this? So the Cathay still has 1,200 troops on the board, and Kizil only has 500, but that does mean their 500 is much more elite. Shogunate of Yang is trying to go catch some armored Kossars, maybe route them off the map, but I don't know. Kizil leadership is tight. It's very strong. I don't know how you're going to deal with these two chariots, Tsarina and the Patriarch. That's a big problem. He's taking out any of these single entities. And I'm kind of surprised the bounce power is even as favorable for Cathay as it is right now. I think this looks very, very bad for them, but it's thinking it's okay. I guess it's because a lot of the Kizil units have used their ammunition, so then the game's like, alright, they're not a real thing anymore, but Kossars are still 60 armored chads. How about first match? Don't remember matchup. Can you 3v3 or 4v4 in Dom? No idea. Ask Geese Howard. He's an admin on Discord that runs exclusively like 2v2 type events, so they would know. Is this the Xmas patch with the sled love? Yeah. Yar, yar, yar. If that's another Heart of Winter, then I think that's going to be army losses as soon as both of these relatively healthy units are messed up. Ooh, another nice little breath attack. I love that breath attack. It's simple. It's effective. Nothing here can kill the Chariot Blob anymore. It still has 8 out of 8 models, so it's going to be fine. Yeah. Yar. I see no way out for the poor Cathayans. Cannons do not tunnel vision on the Chariot's big rip. Yeah, Bobman did hide them in the trees until it was the appropriate time to attack, but... Sounds like horrible internet connection-wise. Are you talking about the 4v4 stuff? Because that would be very intense on your computers. There's a half-health Zargard running around here too. Oof. Yeah, I don't think Cathay has enough left in it. Army loss is going to hit in about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You were here! You were all here when it happened! Hey! Look at me! Look at me! Sorry, the camera's up there. Look at me! You were here when that just happened! 1,400 on Tsarina, about 1,400 on each of the chariots. Zargard did fine. Armored Kossars did very well. That was good. Alright. In the Dragonblood Edge, Shogunate of Yang, 1,600. Astromancer with 530. Cannons, 800 apiece. Jade Warriors did well overall. Crossmen did okay. Peasant Horsemen did not a lot, unfortunately, and Spearmen did great. What does R2K stand for? Round Table Knights. Round Table Knights. I believe. At play on the Knights of the Round Table. Peak Hunger is the next map. Done. Done, done, done. I need to give Bobman his point. I do have a blocker backup, which is good. Sorry about that. Ah, that hurt my throat. I'm dying. That's it. This is us for the rest of the stream now. Congrats on the timing. Nice. Oh, the only faction that deserves to face those chariots is dwarves. Coops. Figure sentinels will just get kited into oblivion by sleds. Maybe you could bring 450 light cav that's unbreakable and get them off the cannons. They'd stop working. Should put the post in the book for it. T, and I get a sense that you really like Dwarves. Yeah, I'm sorry for dying. I shouldn't have done that. Dying is bad. I'm getting pinged a lot. Why am I getting pinged a lot? Okay. What the hell? Idea. Sorry, they're doing picks and bans. All right. RTK Love Hobby. What? This is news to me. I mean, I still run a D&D group with 3 of their members, and Bobman is one of them, and he's a Chad, and one of my favorite Warhammer companions. But what? This is crazy. That's the reason he left RTK. He found out he's a rat boy. Oh, yeah, it was that. It was that. Yeah. Not because they stole my pudding cups. It's like, I don't know, man. It's just, all right. Real talk. Let's all just take a second. Let's just take a second. I'm not gonna name names. All right. I'm not gonna name names. Real talk for a second. Let's talk about why I left RTK. All right. And RTK. All right. They have a break room. Everybody's allowed in there. It's great. They have a little television. They have a couch. It's all fine. And when you put pudding cups in said fridge, there is an understanding, a cultural understanding among friends, among peers, that pudding cups are to be left alone. If you didn't put it in there, don't eat it. Well, when I was in RTK for 47 years, I dedicated to that conglomerate. I put over 700 pudding cups in that fridge, and I got 2. I had 2 of my own pudding cups. They took those from me. And when I made a petition to give me my pudding cups back, they said, "What are you talking about? There's no fridge. This is a Discord community. There's no fridge." And I said, "You're a liar and a mean person," and I had to leave. I had to. I think it was fair. Surviving sequestering. How does one become part of the Ent Ladder? Yes. So you just join the Anticity Discord, and you can. Oh God. Okay. I'll read that stuff later. I'll post a link to it in here. But it's just it's Discord where you can queue up for laddered games for land battles. Meaning there's some matchmaking, like you'll get picked around people who are roughly your skill, and you can play some land battles. It's just a good community, though. Good people. Like to talk about Warhammer. Lots of fun people. Get updated on Anticity events. That kind of stuff. You might be like, why are you talking about Anticity so much if this is the Human Boy channel? I'm kind of like a manager there, I guess. Or if Anticity's busy with like his stream stuff or his single player stuff or whatever's going on, I pop in, help out with some things, do some casts for him, and then I leave. Yeah. That's generally the thing. If someone steals my pudding cups, the next one will have mother's milk in them. Jesus Christ. That's one way. Dude, I know half of them are fake. But I love those videos. Even if they're fake, of someone stealing somebody's lunch, but then they're like, the next day I put ghost pepper in it. And then the person in the other room is just screaming or freaking out. And they come into the room and their face is all red and they're crying. It's hilarious. And I know about half of them are staged, but still. It's great. It's quality content. Join his Discord, I guess that's all it takes. Be on stream, I figure you're gonna have to know what you're doing, though. Yeah. Or send me replays. I mean, if you just DM me on Discord, or I have my own Discord where people post replays for me and I'll cast them and stuff and that kind of thing. Kind of want to try land battles? Yeah, there's a good community of people. that like land battles. True! True, Cyrus. Might be staged, but it's the thought that counts. Yeah. That's good stuff. I also love most puppy-related content. Puppies are great. Turns Discord's another good resource. A lot of good people hanging around there. A lot of good people. A lot of friendly people, too. Speaking of the clans involved, there is... If Murphalurf is still here, he could drop a link to his own Discord, the Murph Turf, or if Adelmo's... I guess Adelmo's not a mod. I could drop a link to the RTK Discord. Those are two good Discords, a lot of fun people who are generally playing games. Invite... RTK Discord. And they have a public chat where they just chill out, so... Don't feel like you can't join them. If they didn't want you to join them, they would move to a private channel where they can play like other games or stuff. You know what I mean? Like if they wanted to play Among Us. Generally cool people. Post a Discord to your Discord against... Replayed your Discord against an RTK player was just a ladder game though. Yeah. Yeah, no, the RTK players are always chilling. They're having a good time. If you see Bob Tresh, tell him Human Boy says, "You suck, loser noob." Though include the Human Boy says, or you'll just be being mean. It's very different. RTK Discord welcomes any visitors. Yeah. These days, Adelmo, I've been seeing like half and half RTK and non-RTK members in there. You guys recruiting again, or what's going on? Cyrus plugging my own Discord, I think. But yeah. Tons of good places to hang out. That message shall defo get passed along. Good. Good. Alright, focusing up. Bobman versus Rinless. If Bobman wins this, he wins the entire shebang. If Rinless wins it, we're going to game 3. But we just switched sides. We switched sides of this exact same matchup. So for Bobman, we have Peasant Spearmen in the back line. A lot of cavalry. Jade Lancers. It looks like 4 Jade Lancers, 2 Peasant Horsemen. Wow. The Dragon-Blooded Shogunate of Yin with Talons of Night and Ancestral Summons. We do have Jade Warriors Crossmen with Shield across the midline, and Jade Warriors. There you go, RTK's recruiting. Doesn't mean they'll take anybody, but the recruitment process is pretty easy, pretty friendly, and even if you don't get in, it's not like they're going to kick you out of the Discord. Hang around, make some friends, have some fun. Classified Dervishes, 4 of them for Rinless. His 2 Winged Lancers. We saw this build earlier today, but I will go through it very quickly. We have Streltsy, Kossars, including some Kossars with spears somewhere. No, just 5 Kossars this time. Armored Kossars across the front line. We do have 1 Patriarch, and we do have an Ice Witch of Ice with her Pendant and Guardian's Call. Yes. But it is an invite policy. I see. My mistake then. But still. Hang around there. Have a good time. See if Big JP's around. See if Kalichar's around. I haven't seen Kalichar in forever, and I miss that guy. I miss him. Now this Cathay has no cannons that can be knocked around. It looks like Bobman's relying much more heavily on Jade Lancers to kill off the chariots than the cannons. How well does Mr. Mirror do versus sleds? Not super well, honestly. Not super well. Because their chariot stuff is a little more poke-oriented than, like, burst. So they'll just do a little bit of damage, and then the player could even stop firing. I want to see Mass Cathay Cav build eventually. They'll need more variants then. Jade Lancers are okay after the changes. They're just fine now. They're not great, they're not bad. Their Peasant Horsemen are not great, but they're kind of just fast chaff, so you don't expect that to be great. And Longbow Riders are only good in the air. They kind of suck on the ground. Still need more variance. Still need something. Jade Lancers are going to interact with Cosified Dervishes for Bobman, and Peasant Horsemen are going to take the charge against Dervishes uphill and get a really nice charge off, but then they'll lose after a bit. It looks like these other Dervishes are probably going to pincer in, kill them? Yeah, Renless is going to take them out pretty quick. A quick little Heart of Winter cast is going to try and catch 2 of Bobman's units. Now these Jade Warriors are barely going to take any damage before they get out, but these Jade Warrior Crossmen should be in much more trouble. And on the far side, Rinless is pushing in with Wing Lancers against Peasant Long Spearmen and Jade Lancers, so I think Cathay will be pretty happy with that engagement over there. In the backfield, Kislev's doing alright, just due to sheer numbers, but now some Jade Lancers should trade okay against Cosified Dervishes, though actually I have seen that go against them before. Jade Lancers are sometimes a surprisingly terrible unit. Sometimes. What is this? Talons of Night is hitting both of these units, so pretty good amount of friendly fire coming in onto Bobman's Jade Warriors, but I guess he thinks it's worth it, so more power to him, I guess. That Heart of Winter is largely not hitting anything anymore, and the Patriarch's trying to disrupt some of these crossbowmen. Kislev is behind on the balance of power, but they finally got into the melee, which is where they want to be, and this Ice Lady is going to muck up some more crossbowmen. Wing Lancers sitting in sustained combat with Spears, and Jade Lancers is not going particularly well for them. On the backside, these Dervishes are eventually losing to the Jade Lancers. The cavalry build from Cathay is looking pretty strong. Pretty strong. Meanwhile, the Archers lost their duel with the shielded, heavily armored Jade Warrior Crossmen. It just looks like this Kislev build is struggling on every single front. Its front line isn't winning particularly hard. Its back line is losing versus the other back line, and the Cav kind of traded even with the Cathay Cav, but they took the inside track on those things, so they had infantry support a lot. Mrs. Good Luck, have fun. Acronyms. Yay. First tournament. Mass Cathay Cav build. Gonna need a bigger Cav. Ouch, your foot cell sleep. Well, wake it up. Give it some caffeine. Come on. This is the finals. Yes. This is the finals. Vertical Cliff, rewind and watch my series against GGX Spartan. It's very funny, especially Game 2. Game 2 is very funny. Bob has this in your opinion? Probably. No sled, no win? Might be. Now, the Balance of Power still thinks Kislev has quite a good shot in this. I am less sure. There's a lot of very healthy yellow health bars around here, and one of the big things is these Streltsy have full health and nearly full ammo that is contributing to their Balance of Power, but there's no way they really get a lot of time to stop and shoot at anything. So I do think Bobman has this pretty well in hand. Probably. And Bobman, potentially, if he wins this, going to win both sides of the matchup. Which is, in a way, a good thing, just meaning that it's not like, you know, just bad matchups. It's like, oh, hey, this matchup could be playable from either side. I've never seen a 6 cavalry build from Cathay before versus chariots. I would be curious to see that, because obviously there's no chariots here, but still. Could be cool if that's the way to solve it. Bear Hero is fighting the Shugi Lord. I don't know who's winning. Based on the animations, I would say she's winning, because he's getting knocked around a lot, but health bars are very, very different than animations. Kislev is still holding on. The Streltsy have gotten stuck fighting Jade Warriors. We do have some Kossars rallying, now firing Archers, trying to help out this Ice Witch. What do we have over here? Ancestral Warrior Summon behind the armored Kossars is going to hit them in the back. They do some arm-piercing damage, so good for them. That'll be pretty nice. Ooh, that's bad. 5 crossmen are now all completely saved and now able to push forward. That is brutal. Big Heart of Winter will take out both of these units, saving the Streltsy, but I don't think the Streltsy will change the course of this game when there's just an entire Cathay backline very much ready to fight. That's a tough one. Our long ride is 1.5k? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Some sort of ground cav to the price of long would be great. That would be great. That would be nice. Zippe, what are you brewing? What's the bruh? I mean, there's not a whole lot for me to say about this. It's just Cathay secured their backline, and now they're slowly pushing front to back as they wanted to. And Kislev's backline loses to this backline, so Kislev had to rely on the flank, but the Cav just couldn't quite do it. Yeah. Yeah. Kislev's trying to grind. They're trying to bump. I don't know. The Patriarch would have to put this on his back pretty hard. So would the Ice Witch, I guess. We do still have Streltsy, and maybe they can... I was just going to say maybe they can gun down the Shugi Lord, and they do get one nice shot off onto her, but Jade Lancers are going to run forward. I think they're going to try and block up the two heroes. And Cathay, and look at that concentrated archer fire. Even with 70 armor, the Streltsy are going down pretty intensely. We have another Ancestral Warrior summon. Doesn't move the balance of power as much as I would have thought it did. What is holding this balance of power so high? God. It seems like everything Cathay does just keeps it around center. Now that I say that out loud, finally it's starting to move, but still. It's looking pretty brutal. We do have a Heart of Winter coming in. It's going to hit, I don't know, 3.5, 4 units. Pretty good cast. Some of the last of the Kislev soldiers are holding on, but Bobman has started sweeping the backline with his Jade Lancers, taking out these extremely wounded units, just finally crumbling them just over the edge of leadership so that they finally start to rout. And soon we will see just these two left alone. Shut it, Rusty. You're not catching hands. Hey, it's Bob Tresh. Let's go. Hey, Bob Tresh. How you doing, man? We have been talking about you all stream. We just love you so much. You're our favorite person. Platypus is here. And I do think Bobman is going to take this game 2-0. I think. No, that's Bobman. Bobman and Bob Tresh are different. Different people. I had to admit this fight looked good. It was good. It was very clinical from Bobman. Secure your back line, leave the front line alone, then use your back line to shoot the front line, save the front line, and then push. He just took it nice and slow. He is running into a little bit of a problem in the late game with killing power for single entities, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. There's just so much left that he has to run down. I have the OG Bob. It was pretty good. It was a clean tactical game, which was nice. Not a blob, which is also nice. Bob Trish is the inferior RTK. Yeah, this is going to be a win for the RTK lads. Good showing from Rinless and LS. LS has been getting to a lot of finals recently with Golden Floof, Rinless, Trader GG. Very good new players. I miss some of the old LS players. I miss my Central Scrutinizer. I miss my Contende. I miss the Murphalurf himself. But the young bloods are also pretty good. Rusty, you're still sick? No! Stop it. You were supposed to get better by the end of this stream. You're supposed to take all my energy. I know I haven't said much about the game in a while. It's just a couple single entities trying to fight an entire army, and that's just not going to happen. I do not believe they can do it. Oof. Nasty amount of focus fire hits that bear. Because he's not a small boy, so actually archers can get decent poke on him, especially if he's not in the middle of a charge animation. And I think once that Unbreakable passive wears off, we're going to get army losses, most likely. Because if he breaks, then army losses will kick in for that witch. Yeah. Army losses as soon as they're not literally unbreakable. Got him, Murph. Put your hand on the screen. Hey, his Unbreakable passive wore off and he immediately shattered. Fucking got him. Ice Witch is running out too. This one I won't count down because I can literally see it on the side. 2, 1, 0, and then she'll break. But done. All right, that is a stream for today. Congratulations to RTK's Bobman. Very, very well played today. Also, congrats to Rinless, GGX Spartan, Traitor GG for making it to the semifinals. I had a lot of fun today. This was a great stream, and I appreciate all of you for being here. If you are not subbed, please do that. It helps out the channel a lot. And I'll see you all soon. I'll be streaming again later tonight with a different game with some friends, just vibing on a game called We Need to Go Deeper. It's very silly, but it is not Warhammer, so I 100% understand if you don't tune in. With that, I will leave you. Take care out there. Take care. Just going to look at the value quick in case anybody's wondering. Jade Lancers did great. Crossmen did excellently. Peasant Horseman did okay. Wow, 1,200 damage value on that. Peasant Long Spearman. Ice Witch 1,000. Patriarch almost 1,000. Lancers did okay. Archers just got shot to death. And Dervishes did okay. GG. Do you hate me today? No. No. Just because you annoyed me one time doesn't mean I hate you or I would hate Cyrus. People can just get annoyed. It's fine. It's fine.